defensively as we've seen from anybody in a while.
Yeah, everybody sort of focuses on the offense, at this level. What's he hitting? How many RBIs? At this level, defense matters. You have to play the game both ways, and last night was a good example of it. We saw it down in Tampa at times. Sloppy play from the Red Sox. You can't win games at this level by playing defense like that. And it's not always errors. It's just plays at this level that should be made. But they gave you some gifts. But here's the thing. Just because they gave them to you, you got to be able to take advantage of them. You got to be able to come up with that big knock after that error, kind of expand the inning, put some more runs on the board. So, yeah, they gave you some gifts. Red Sox did a good job of putting the pressure on them.
And Kike Hernandez, who was going through that long drought before, suddenly has strung together 4 games in a row, getting multiple hits, driving in runs, moving batters, doing a lot of nice things at the plate.
Yeah, he's a pull hitter. We all know he's a pull hitter, but, he's flying out an awful lot to second base, shallow right field, and he's been getting on top of that baseball now, outer half. He still handles inner half, but outer half, exaggerating, getting on top. Line drives the other way, line drives up the middle, and to be honest with you, it was such a struggle for him defensively early on in the season at shortstop. I think the move to center field has sort of eased him up a little bit, changed his mindset going into a game. He looks comfortable in center field, and I think it's translated in the box as well.
All right, Lou, first regular season game in the booth with us. You've been doing a lot of radio. No open in the radio. Are you ready for the open in television? That's the big question.
We're doing it live, TC. I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
Let's go. Live, Lou, at the top of the hour. We appreciate it, Lou. Thanks.
You got it.
Lou Merlone with us, getting ready to go with Dave O'Brien. Hey, don't forget, right after our post-game coverage today, it's the season premiere of My Story, Kenley Jansen. It comes your way around 8 o'clock, or you can stream it anytime on the NESN 360 app. And here's Kenley today telling you why you should watch My Story.
If you want to get to know me, that's a cool story to find out, about my life in the past and continue to know me, as a kid, who I am. So, yeah, enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoy it, and, I think it's a cool story.
Red Sox Game Day Live on NESN is presented by Plymouth Rock Assurance, the official auto and home insurance provider of the Boston Red Sox.
Windows and doors reflect your style. Protect you, connect you with the out.
All right, way to conserve energy. Hear about the new rules in Major League Baseball? They're going to have a pitch timer so pitchers don't just stand around chewing gum. It's taking so long. Limits to the shift so infielders can make great plays again. And pitcher only gets 2 pickoff attempts, so it's easier to steal. I was pretty close. Can we get a review on that? Way to scooch in a second there.
When it's about to go down,
this is the story of the night.
MLB Tonight takes you there.
62! I did it! How about that?
Big moments, big reactions, and big interviews. Every night, only on MLB Network's MLB Tonight. Sunday, on the next episode of MLB's Carded. Join Greg Amsinger for a look at all things cardboard. From vintage to modern, we've got it covered. MLB's Carded. Sunday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern on MLB Network.
buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com. Welcome back, my friends. Window World of Boston. They're the official replacement window sponsor of Boston Red Sox and Blue Sox baseball on NESN. I'm a customer. You should be too. Let's check in right now with NBC 10 in Providence and all our NESN television partners.
Thanks very much. Not a bad start to the game here. We've got dry conditions. However, a chance for a few showers will be moving through during the evening. Not washout type rain, but something we'll just keep an eye on. Low pressure will bring a better risk for showers on into Sunday morning, with temperatures in the 40s and 50s when you get started on Sunday. We're going to be in the 50s along the coastline here for Sunday afternoon. That chance for drizzle trying to wrap up during the game.
Time now for our Heat Zone, brought to you by Rodenheiser Home Services. It'll be heating up soon, and up to $10,000 in rebates were just announced for 2023 when you install new AC and heating systems. Schedule a free consultation at Rodenheiser.com today. You just heard Lou Merloni talk about Kike Hernandez. Here's the proof. 333 with 3 driven in and 3 scored over the last 3 games. 3's a wild. Kike Hernandez. Time now for our betting segment, presented by FanDuel. Every weekday, the Ultimate Betting Show precedes our pregame coverage. Claudia Bellafato joining us now from the show. And Claudia, here at Fenway, what do you got?
TC, love the studio, by the way.
Thank you.
First time here, very exciting. Before we get to our 3-leg parlay, a reminder, if you sign up for FanDuel, you're a new user, rather. Bet $5, win $100 back in bonus bets. Visit FanDuel.com or the app. Make every moment more. All right, now for our parlay. And I have to remind you every time, all 3 legs need to hit for this to cash in, so you can bet a little to win a lot. We're going to go under that 10 total runs. Pivetta's allowed 1 run in 10 innings. Both bullpens are rested. 10 seems a bit too high for this one. We'll go under there. And speaking of Pivetta, let's go over 5.5 strikeouts, minus 128. Pretty cheap value when you look at the 2 squads he's faced already. The Pirates and the Rays. He cleared this number. Those are 2 of teams that have lower K rates. 2 of the lowest K rates against righties. Angels around middle of the pack. And you look at how yesterday he cleared this number in just 4 innings. So this seems like a safe one for Pivetta. And then let's go Raffy to record an RBI. 4 RBI in just the last 2 games. All we need is 1 here. Again, you need all 3 to hit to cash out. Bet 100 to win up to $700.
There you go. I like the odds there. And do you stay to watch the game now that you're here?
Of course, I have to.
All right. See, she calls it a work day. We will remind you, of course, that you can get the best betting coverage on NESNBets.com. Go to FanDuel.com for all of today's odds. And tomorrow on Dining Playbook, Billy and Jenny visit a new Greek restaurant in Brookline, Bar Vlaha, and they go to a hidden wine bar located in Cambridge. Dining Playbook tomorrow night at 9, driven by your New England Chevy dealers. Jackie Robinson Day here and throughout Major League Baseball. You see the special hats, everyone wearing 42. Jemai Webster joins us with more on the importance of this day coming up. Red Sox Game Day Live on NESN is presented in part by buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com.
Everyone loves an underdog story.
Wake up to baseball's biggest stories.
Robert Flores wearing tweed.
Wake up to big-name guests.
Very special guests hanging out on the crushed red velvet.
This show is tough to get ready for.
And wake up to a whole lot of fun.
Wearing a robe holding a wooden phone.
MLB Central.
It is absolutely hilarious.
The show baseball fans
and baseball players
wake up to. Show's starting to pick up.
I love the energy. I love the unexpected performances.
Weekday mornings on MLB Network.
We'll have a little fun and we'll laugh.
What do baseball players love the most about intentional talk?
Kevin's highlights, the interviews,
the God heaves.
Yes!
Intentional talk, the show baseball players love to watch, only on MLB Network.
quest for the Cup begins Monday night. Stay tuned to NESN for first-round game coverage with our pregame coming your way at 6, as well as coverage before and after every game throughout the playoffs. Quest for the Cup is powered by Comcast Business. Major League Baseball's 20th annual Jackie Robinson Day is today, the 76th anniversary of the first Major League game at Ebbets Field for the Brooklyn Dodgers. And Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier for the 15th consecutive year. All players and on-field personnel wear number 42. We get more from Jemai Webster.
TC, for 20 years now, on this date, Major League Baseball has honored Jackie Robinson's legacy. It's now been 76 years since he broke baseball's color barrier at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, and this marks the 15th year all players and on-field personnel will rock his number 42 jersey that's since been retired by the league in 1997. Now, this is just one day to honor the man, but for the Red Sox players that I spoke to, they want to emulate Jackie at all times.
I mean, he paved the way for all of us, you know, and life general, not just baseball. I think, you know, we got to be grateful for that, you know. So every time, it's just not only on April 15th, you know. To me, it's just always have him in your memory, you know, guys like him, like Don Drysdale, like Don Newcomb, you know. You can mention names, you know, but especially Jackie, you know, you got to have him in your heart all the time, you know, because he opened up the doors for all of us. And, you know, we're enjoying the game that we love.
Well, I think it's important to honor his legacy every single day. And, you know, the message of breaking the barriers and giving us an opportunity to play with guys in this room who otherwise, you know, wouldn't have been able to be here is so important. And, you know, everyone talks about, you know, Jackie's career and what he did on the field, but obviously it's everything that he endured and everything that he went through off the field that is still impacting so many people's lives. And we can't thank him enough and his family enough and the Robinson Foundation and everything they're continuing to do impacting communities around the country.
And Red Sox manager Alex Cora said today is especially special for minorities, but it's nice to see now that everyone is involved. And as an industry, the baseball industry, we've come a long way. He also said his players can honor Robinson's legacy by hitting ground balls and then busting it to first base. Both Red Sox and Angels rocking number 42 here on April 15th.
Thank you, Jemai. We will not see Shohei Ohtani on the mound until Monday, but we've already seen him at the plate. We'll talk about the Angels and their phenom getting called up for the game today. Jen McCaffrey of The Athletic joins us next.
A new show from two of New England's most trusted.
Hey kids, join MLB Network and your favorite players for a show made just for you. Play ball. It's all the big moments, bat flips, and amazing plays from an exciting week of baseball and tips to up your game. Right here on MLB Network.
Most baseball rules are rigid. 3 strikes, you're out. 3 outs, the inning is over. So, quick question. What's going on with these rule changes? When Major League Baseball heard from you, the fan, some bright minds got together and thought about ways to improve game pace, create safer plays on the base paths, and return the game to its more traditional alignment. You spoke, and MLB listened. Learn more with Quick Question, an MLB original.
Clubhouse Insider Report is brought to you by energy-saving Marvin Windows. Visit jbsash.com. Take a look at the Angels lineup as we get ready for Game 2 of the series. Trout and Ohtani in there, as you would expect. Zach Neto making his major league debut. You see his minor league career, which hasn't been that long, shooting right up through the system and now making his major league debut. Jen McCaffrey of The Athletic joins us, our Clubhouse insider from JB Sashendor. He's only had 7 games this year, only 44 games. They think he's ready. He's been an exciting minor league player.
Yeah, he's played seven games at AA, and they're thrusting him into the mix right now. And yeah, they obviously believe in him. You know, a great defensive shortstop, and obviously the errors last night. Some people with the Angels think that maybe that kind of pushed this along a little bit, but obviously a really good offensive player too. And I think they're just trying to, you know, push him along here. He's drafted just last year, 13th overall. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting day for him and his family.
Jim, we heard Lou say it before. You can hit, but at this level, you got to play defense too.
You got to play defense, and of course, if you're playing shortstop, the guys up the middle, those are the guys that's supposed to be the strongest one as far as using the glove. And of course, when you're talking about a shortstop, you're talking about a middle infielder, you got to be able to handle the bat a little bit too. So we're going to see what he's going to do with it. Besides fielding the ball, see what he can do with big league pitching.
All right, everyone here and everyone in Japan is eagerly awaiting the Yoshida-Ohtani showdown on Monday. Will it happen? I think this is, what, the second straight day anyway that Alex Cora said, you're going to see him tomorrow. Well, tomorrow keeps coming. We haven't seen him yet. You think he's ready to go?
Yeah, Cora joked about that. Some of the people on the Angels side were saying, hey, you gotta get him in there. There's a lot of people here that want to see him, want to see this matchup. He's supposed to be in there tomorrow. They're just trying to take their time a little bit with him. I think they're thinking that, you know, they don't want this to flare up again. It's a minor hamstring soreness. But yeah, he's supposed to DH tomorrow and then playing left on Monday. So he should be back there tomorrow. So we can kind of see this matchup that everyone's been waiting for.
That'll be a lot of fun on Monday. There'll be a lot of attention on that. James Paxton, a rehab outing with the Woo Sox. A day later, the reports are good.
Yeah, no, he told Cora that his mechanics have felt the best they felt this year. The velocity was up to 96, 97, which is a good sign. And yeah, he's doing well. That he's, you know, going to have at least 1 or 2 more, so they're not rushing him along. They really want to make sure he gets everything sound. I think Cora said he told him that the breaking ball is something he's still trying to work on a little bit to get more consistency on. But yeah, so far so good with him, which obviously is a good sign for the pitching staff as well.
Bayo on Monday, Paxton looming. There's some tough decisions coming for who's in the rotation and who's out.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be some movement coming soon. Obviously, Whitlock just came back. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here, but you know, maybe that'll strengthen the bullpen if you move potentially Tanner Houck into the bullpen. Who knows? You know, Nick Pivetta has put up some good numbers so far for them, and you know, given them good length in the rotation here. But is he also sort of, you know, pitching for a spot here too? So there's a lot of questions, and I think, you know, it's something that they're going to be figuring out over the next few days.
Today will be important for Pivetta, I think, because it's a depleted bullpen. They could use a long start from him today.
Yeah, and he's, like I said, been their most reliable starter, so maybe you don't want to move him, you know, because of what he's given you, 1 inning or 1 run over 10 innings in the 2 starts so far. So he's been good, and you know, they just want to kind of keep seeing more out of them from him, and see if he can keep this going for them.
But one thing they say in baseball, you never have enough pitchers.
Right.
So you got enough now.
Well, you see it all the time, right? These things work themselves out. Someone comes out of a game, and all of a sudden you're up against it. It's funny how Bayo shows up. All right, you get the 11 a.m. game, kid. All right, you get up in the morning and get that going. Thanks, Jen. We appreciate it. Nick Pivetta on the mound today, as we said, as we get ready for baseball. Don't forget the One Boston Day ceremony here at Fenway coming up in just minutes as well. Red Sox Game Day Live on NESN is presented by Plymouth Rock, offering the official auto and home insurance programs of the Boston Red Sox.
Imagine an entire channel dedicated to taking you to the most exciting moments in baseball as they happen.
It's gone!
With live look-ins to clutch at bats.
A walk-off slam!
And players on the edge of making history.
This could be it! 62!
It's the best seat in the house at every ballpark. All commercial-free.
Can you believe it?
MLB Network Strike Zone. Wednesdays and Fridays, all season long. This is Mookie Betts. This is Christopher Russo. And this is the High Heat Hot Seat. Mookie Betts plays hard, so he doesn't end up here. High Heat with Christopher Russo, helping players play harder on MLB Network.
Plymouth Rock Auto and Home Insurance for Boston sports fans. Rafael Devers, good numbers against the Angels. Good numbers against everybody this season.
He's just getting started.
He's just getting rolling. 6 home runs already, tied for the Major League lead after he hit one last night, 107 miles an hour off the bat. Nick Pivetta hoping for a little bit of that run support today. Pivetta out there as we take you onto the field with our field pass, closing in on his first pitch. Held Tampa Bay to just 3 hits over 5 scoreless innings the last time around, as he has made 2 good starts. 1 earned run in his first start against Pittsburgh, no earned runs against that Tampa Bay offense. And Shohei Ohtani in there once again as a hitter, working his way towards the start as a pitcher on Monday. All of that coming up in the days to come. But right now, it is time to join the Red Sox pregame ceremony as we commemorate and remember the events 10 years ago. It's One Boston Day here in Boston.
There's no better place in the world than home.
Home is where everything just feels a little better.
The sights, the sounds, the characters, and the personalities.
Home is the kind of place you always want to run to.
And sometimes run for. There's no better time of year in Boston than this time of year.
The sun shines a little brighter.
The air gets a little warmer.
And everyone comes out to cheer on everyone else.
And we might not all know each other's names.
Or families.
Or jobs. But whether we've lived here our whole lives.
Or just for a season, our stories are all connected.
By this place, connected by this city.
That holds a very special place in our heart.
So whether you're running with us
or cheering us on,
have a great weekend.
And have a great season.
This is the time of year for hope.
This is the time of year for Boston. "10 years ago today, our city was shaken by tragedy. In the aftermath, we mourned the souls lost, we vowed to care for those injured, and we wondered, in the wake of senseless violence, who would we become? As a city, as people, and as one Boston." In the shadow of April 15, 2013, individuals showed incredible strength in demonstrating love and understanding to one another. In our hospitals, first responders and healthcare workers were tireless in their dedication to survivors. In our communities, leaders emerged providing steadfast guidance and raising funds to support those in need. And in our hearts, those impacted on that day inspired us all with their resilience. Today, we honor 10 years of strength, kindness, and perseverance. So please embrace and celebrate all the good that has come from choosing love, and reflect on the beauty, generosity, and resolve you have all championed in the past 10 years. Today and every day, we are one Boston. Now please join us in recognizing today's honorees, individuals who exemplify the history and legacy of this day. At the finish line, so many sprung into action and provided life-saving care to those who were injured. Representing all emergency services, please welcome Chief of Boston Emergency Medical Services, James Hooley, and from Boston Fire, Commissioner Paul Burke and Chief of Operations, Bob Calabrese. In our emergency rooms, doctors and nurses saved lives and delivered immediate and unparalleled care. Representing all medical professionals and their endless commitment to healing those impacted, please welcome from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center Emergency Medicine, Dr. David Schoenfeld, Nurse Cindy Casey, and Nurse Mary Grisbinski. In the days that followed, law enforcement worked tirelessly to protect our communities and bring those responsible for the devastation to justice. Representing all those who answered the call, please welcome retired Watertown Police Chief Ed DeVoe. From Massachusetts State Police, retired Colonel Tim Albin. From Boston FBI, retired Assistant Special Agent in Charge Jeffrey Salette. From Boston Police, 2013 Superintendent Billy Evans and 2013 Commissioner Ed Davis. We also want to acknowledge our leaders who worked together in providing a unified message and foundational plan for responding to the tragedy. Their guidance proved vital in moving us forward. So today, we remember the leadership of our longest-standing mayor in Boston history, Mayor Tom Menino, who led our city in the months following the attack and fulfilled his promise that when the lights dim and cameras go away, know that our support and love for you will never waver. Please welcome his wife, Angela Menino. And we welcome the man who set the tone of our response, inspiring and empowering everyone to come forward and contribute. His calming demeanor and trust for his fellow leaders was essential in responding to the crisis and helping us all to endure and overcome in the days, months, and years that followed. Please welcome the former governor of Massachusetts, Deval Patrick. Joining them on the field from the Marathon community, please welcome Mark Fucareel, Heather Abbott, Roseanne Stoya Materia, Rebecca Gregory, Melita and Carlos Arredondo, joined by Lynn Julian. J.P. Norden, the cousin of D.J. Simmons, Bernard Grant, the brother of Crystal Campbell, Bill Campbell, and her uncle, Christopher, and escorted by Ryan Winters, the aunt of Lingzi Liu, Helen Zhao. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you for the courage, strength, and love you have shown all of us over the past 10 years. It is because of you that we are all Boston strong. It is now time for our national anthem. Presenting the colors this afternoon is the Watertown Police Department Honor Guard. And here to perform our national anthem is a group that has been entertaining the citizens of Boston since 1999. Please welcome the Boston Fire Department a cappella group.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag
Thank you. And now, to commemorate One Boston Day, we welcome Governor Deval Patrick and our friends from the 415 community to step forward and deliver today's ceremonial first pitch. Catching are members of the 2013 and 2023 Red Sox. All right, everyone, how about a strike? Thank you all.
Everyone loves an underdog story. You know why? Because it fills you with...
These new bases are wider than the old ones.
Is he focused on the size of the new bases?
Now it will be easier to steal second base.
Is he thinking about stealing second base?
7 years in the league.
And he's never stolen a single base. Don't steal second base.
The pitcher's not looking.
I am not looking.
You want highlights? Quick Pitch has you covered. Packing all today's biggest plays into one lightning-fast hour.
What a play!
We live today, preview tomorrow on Quick Pitch. Late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
What do baseball players love the most about intentional talk?
Kevin's highlights, the interviews,
the Gaheens. Yes! Intentional talk, the show baseball players love to watch. Only on MLB Network.
The Red Sox are 1-0 on the homestand after last night's victory over the Angels. It's game 2 of the series on a pretty extraordinary long weekend in the city with the Celtics and Bruins starting playoff runs. Marathon Monday with the 2013 World Champion Red Sox in town as well. Thanks for being with us, everybody. Beautiful day here at Fenway. Dave O'Brien alongside Lou Merlone, brand new to our Nesson broadcast, not brand new to Red Sox fans. Great to see you, Lou, and welcome aboard. And nobody else in America can do what everyone's doing in the city for these next several days. This weekend is really extraordinary.
It's a special place, but you just mentioned you got two teams, going for championships. You got the start of a new season. You got the two best players in the game here with the Angels. Ohtani, the face of baseball, and of course, the 10-year remembrance of Marathon Monday as well, which is an emotional time. Marathon Monday's ours, right? This is a special weekend here in Boston.
Great to see the 2013 team here as well. It's incredible to think that 10 years went by so fast. A great group, terrific baseball team, but they really captured everybody's hearts, I think, forever here, not only in Boston, but I think all over New England.
It was the perfect team for it, really. There was a lot of guys coming back. You remember guys like Lester, Lackey, coming back from down years or injuries, and you brought in some characters. A little off center, right? But it was probably exactly what you needed. Guys like Johnny Gomes and Victorino and Napoli. So it was a special team, and it really was a special year.
We'll catch up with those guys throughout the weekend. Here's the Angel lineup today. It's brought to you by Nissan. Taylor Ward's going to lead things off. He's in left, and Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Anthony Rendon, followed by Hunter Renfroe, Gio Urshela. Brandon Drury is the second baseman. Zach Neto is the shortstop. His major league debut today. And Matt Theis does the catching. Against the Red Sox starting pitcher, brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. Nick Pivetta, 0-1 with an ERA below 1, 0.90.
All right, let's take a look at the Red Sox defense. In the infield at third base will be Rafi Devers. Yu Chang is your shortstop. Christian Arroyo will be at second. Tristan Casas will be at first base. In the outfield, left to right, Rob Refschneider's out in left. Kike Hernandez in center. Alex Verdugo will be in right field. On the mound, Nick Pivetta, and doing the catching for the Boston Red Sox is Connor Wong.
Umpires today brought to you by BuyAToyota.com. Corey Blazer behind home plate. Torres, Visconti, and Culpa grab the bases. We're available. The telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Weather forecast presented by Window World of Boston, the official replacement window sponsor of the Boston Red Sox on Nesson. Very nice here. Partly cloudy, 61. The wind going at 12 miles an hour in from right field. And Pivetta set to go. Red Sox trying to make it 2 for 2 against the Halos. As Ward fouls one back, we get started on strike one. Nick Pivetta throwing the ball pretty darn well. He had no decision in the 1-0 loss at Tampa Bay last time out, but he was pretty gritty out there. Line just 3 hits and striking out 6 and no runs.
You look back at that start, the way that series went, you might appreciate that first game even more so, right? 5 innings scoreless, 3 hits against that lineup that just keeps coming at you.
Tampa Bay finally lost last night. If you missed that, it was Toronto knocking them off there north of the border. So they are 13-1. Mike Trout on deck. We had a 2-1 from the righty. Into center field, coming on Kike. Still coming, wind pushing it a bit. And one man out. Trout about to dig in.
Oh, Pivetta, I think early on this year, he said, is a really good fastball up in the zone. That's when he's effective. The curveball 12-6. He's got a little velocity, changed his curveball look to it, his shape to it. It's a little bit harder. He's got a good cutter, slider rather, that's getting some swings and misses. He's going to need it against these next couple of guys.
Trout 261. He's hit 3 home runs. Ohtani on deck. Mike Trout 40 home runs a year ago. Not to mention a 999 OPS. And it comes into the ballgame today with 299 career doubles. He's going to jack this one to the wall, back it up Refschneider. He'll play it off the bounce, and here comes double number 300 as he slides in with a 2-base hit.
Yeah, he just keeps hitting. Now, he does it quietly too. I always remember thinking about Trout against the Red Sox, and he's a career 300 hitter in 59 games, 10 home runs, and I always feel like it's quiet. And here he gets that fastball up in the zone, belt high. He doesn't miss it. His swing is so short and compact. Ricochets away from Refschneider. Not playing that angle off that wall, but easy double for the fast Trout.
So he just became the 4th player in Major League history with 300 doubles, 300 homers, 200 stolen bases by the age of 31. The others are Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, and Willie Mays.
Is that good?
I think so. It's a reach, but there's not much he can't do in a baseball field. And now Ohtani at 295 with 3 home runs. And good numbers against Nick. 3 for 6, 2 home runs. So he's got to be careful here. With 1 out and 1 on.
They did a good job with him last night, kind of being soft away. They kind of like to elevate up and in. You go down and in with this guy, he just brings it with him and hits it a mile. You know, fastballs away, he'll drive the other way as well.
34 home runs last year. Nice scoop there by Wong.
A little yell from Ohtani.
Yeah.
It's like a Casas walk scream.
Oh, I don't know if anything's going to measure up to that. That went viral that split second all over the country.
I wasn't sure what I heard, if it came from him or somebody else, and you see the replay. Good at bat, though.
Heck of it at bat. 14 pitches. He takes ball 4 and then screams in there for a strike. That was fascinating. But you're right, great at bat.
That's a good curveball from Nick. And again, that one's 78. We've seen it up to 81, 82. He wants it a little bit harder, maybe a little tighter. But he's also kind of taking some off there at 78 and 77 at times.
Trout off the bag at second. And he will step off here. Angels coming in at 7 and 6. The Sox with the win last night are 6 and 8. And a 2-2. Shaking his hand there, Ohtani, after that swing.
He got jammed last night. You would have thought it was 30 degrees. I mean, it was nice. It was beautiful out. I know it got a little chillier last night as the night went on, but he was shaking his hands down to first base.
Boy, I'd love it if he would get used to the weather around here. The 2-2. Little ground ball. Raffy with it. Trout holding and got him. Ohtani gets up that line pretty well.
Yeah, he's a unicorn in every sense. Not just offensively. We'll see him on the mound on Monday. He hits this ball hard the other way. Devers does a nice job of kind of, see this fastball actually in inner half, inside out. He gets down the line. Devers, nice job, little back step, drop step, backhand, sets his feet, good accurate throw. That's one thing quiet we haven't talked enough about is his defense this year. I think it's been fantastic.
I totally agree. The upgrade over, a couple of years ago is pretty extraordinary. A lot of hard work went into that. He's become a fine third baseman. Here's Rendon. Now, he had all sorts of problems last night at third. He made a couple of errors. He hasn't really played very much since they got him over the last few seasons, but I'll tell you what, he probably ran to the ballpark today because he has great numbers against Nick Pivetta. 12 for 24 with 4 home runs.
Ooh. I don't know when a lot of those numbers happen. Maybe back in Washington, because they brought this kid in, a big deal. He's played 157 games in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Like that's got some big money for that.
A lot of injuries. Wait till Justin Turner gets up against Anderson, the starter for the Angels today, and you'll take a look at those numbers.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Trout at second, 2 gone, just getting going here in the first inning. Shadows engulfing home plate and then some.
The guys, they can't wait to get away from these 4s. I know they got it every Saturday though, right? God, these shadows to start the game. I remember, I couldn't see the spin on a ball to save my life, but I never liked hitting in shadows.
Pivetta's 3-1, bounced it and walked him. That'll put 2 on here for Hunter Renfroe. Back in town in a new uniform. Nice to see him back in Boston. Off to a pretty good start, 286. He's homered 3 times, and now Bush is out for a conversation. Early inning difficulty has plagued the Red Sox this year. The pitching staff giving up those early runs, trying to keep that from happening again. You know how dangerous Hunter is. In 2021, he was huge here with 31 homers and 96 runs batted in.
You see that guy Adam Duvall, who's now obviously broken wrist. It was really unfortunate how hot he was. When they signed him, he said, can he give you a Renfroe type year? And then you look at the year he hit that year. 36, what was it, 95 RBIs?
96 RBIs, yeah.
I mean, it's through the roof.
Yeah.
What you got from him. Looked like Duvall was on his way, too, after a week.
Sure was. And then Renfroe was traded that November to Milwaukee as the Sox reacquired Jackie Bradley. 2 on and 2 out.
One of the reasons why you look at that .9 ERA from Pivetta is he bears down with 2 outs so far this year. Guys on base, he executing pitches and getting out of jams.
He thought about it, but he checked his swing. Renfroe 4 for 10 with 1 home run against Nick. Everybody wearing the number 42. Jackie Robinson Day in the majors.
Just kind of lost it here last couple of hitters. Trying to find someone who's get me over sliders. Kind of missing that fastball top of the zone. All behind a dangerous hitter.
3-0. Urshela on deck. And he missed again. Yeah, he's not as sharp as we've seen him his first couple of starts. And that fastball inside, back-to-back walks, and the bases are going to be loaded here for the Angels. He's thrown 21 pitches, only 8 strikes so far. And here's Urshela. 341, no home runs yet. Nick trying to escape the first. They lead all the way around, and that's ball 1.
Some of those breaking balls, sliders, curve balls early in counts. He's looking to throw them for strikes. Against Tampa, man, it was strike 1 every single hitter. You attacked that zone.
1-0. There's ball 2. 23 pitches, only 8 strikes. That's 35%.
He's searching. One pitch away.
Base is jammed. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And in there, a strike.
Clap from Core on that one.
Urshela pretty good with the bases loaded in his career. 333. Does have a grand slam. No place to put him. High fly ball driven deep. That's way up there to the monster seats. It is gone, and a grand slam for Urshela. And a blink of an eye, 4-0 Angels.
Well, you got to come in. Fall behind, back-to-back walks. Mentioned 10 strikes, 25 pitches. He lived ahead. He lived strike 1 down in Tampa. He threw 5 scoreless in here in this one. After getting a couple of outs, sort of lost it against Rendon, couldn't find it against Renfroe, and with Urshela, he was just looking to throw strikes. This one here is middle. He doesn't miss it.
Walks will kill you. Back-to-back walks there to load him up, and Urshela goes downtown, and here comes Drury. 4-0.
The little samurai helmet.
That's their version of the celebration this year. Everybody seems to have one. It's fouled back in the check by Drury.
Everyone. What is it? One team. Is it Cincinnati has like the Viking?
They got the whole Viking deal. It's the helmet and the cape.
Yeah,
it's like a fur-lined cape.
The Sox doing dumbbells? Is that what we're doing now in home runs? Dumbbells come out. I like the hat.
I miss the cart. I guess that had its day.
Yeah. Only do that for so many years, can't you?
Right. 0-2. Up top, ducking under the breaking ball.
going to look back. That one inning just got away from here. You know, attacking Drury. That good fastball, top of the zone, 0-2. You know, strike one, strike two, expand.
2 down. And finally, the inning ends, but they get 4 runs very quickly.
Welcome to the Aura Sleep Lab. You need a bit more deep sleep. Getting enough high-quality sleep increases immunity. Why? Because sleep helps fend off sickness. A good night's sleep boosts your number of infection-fighting antibodies and cells. And with your Aura Ring, you can learn how to sleep deep and keep your immunity up. It's like having a sleep lab on your finger. Go to sleepwithauraring.com.
To get your best night's sleep, you need to sleep in something extraordinary. Woven with a silky softness unlike any other. From organic threads that are slow spun and finished in flame. Made from an ingredient so rare, less than 1% of the world's cotton meets our quality. It's the most extraordinary fabric ever made. Only from Boll and Branch.
Dugo in right, then Turner, Ref Snyder, Devers, Raffy with 6 home runs. Kike Hernandez in the 5-hole, then Arroyo, Casas, Wong, and Chang against the Angels starter. Brought to you by PNC Bank, helping to make banking easier. That's the left-hander Tyler Anderson, coming in 1-0, 422 earned run average. Red Sox facing yet another left-hander, Lou.
Man, how many lefties? Eventually, you got to start feeling pretty good, right? Seeing all these different lefties coming at you. You know, Anderson's not going to blow you away. He pitches to soft contact. He's a fastball. You see it 80, 89. Got a good changeup at 78. That was the difference for him last year in that All-Star year for the Dodgers. He'll cut a curveball. As you can see, funky delivery. Almost a little tiny double leg kick. Look at
that. In for strike. 33 years old. Verdugo off to a good start. 309 with a home run. Reached base 3 times last night. Drew a walk to lead off the first, singled in the third, and walked in the 4th inning.
He's been really good, really controlling every at bat. Probably the most consistent at bat night to night on the team.
You're right, has been. And he's on again. He will take ball 4.
All right, here's the Angels defense. It's presented by Audi at third base. Anthony Randone at shortstop. The rookie, Zach Neto. The second base, Brandon Drury. And at first base, Gio Urshela. In the outfield, Taylor Ward, who played left. Mike Trout. He is in center. Hunter Renfroe is in right. Doing the catching is Matt Thaiss for the man Tyler Anderson on the mound.
Justin Turner couldn't wait to get here today. Amazing numbers against Anderson. 17 hits in 34 at bats. And that's a lot of at bats against one pitcher. And he's hitting .500 against the left-hander with 3 home runs. In for strike.
I mean, you can't be happy. You got those kind of numbers against the guy and he joins your team. Like last year, you don't want him on your team. You want to keep facing him. You want him in your division.
Right. Verdugo to short lead.
Is that changeup there? Guys hit a .179 off that pitch last year. Now they've seen a lot of good changeup here in the last week. So those right-handed hitters probably getting good looks at it now.
2-2. Yeah, last year, 32 years old, he went back to the old grip on that changeup. He used to throw it one way, went back to that.
Yeah.
And wound up with a whiff rate on the changeup of 37%. Big reason he was 15-5 with LA with the Dodgers. Downstairs for a ball.
This type of lefty really got to stay the other way on. Right-handers, a lot of pull side guys in this lineup from the right side, but you start thinking right center, stay on that sinker down and away, drive the ball to the middle of the ballpark, keep you on that changeup as well.
Back in Verdugo. Anderson's first start of the season was against Toronto. They got him for 5 earned runs in 4 2/3. Next time out, he got Oakland. That's a different animal. And he 4-hit them and shut them out in 6 innings. There's a ground ball yanked to third. Rendon will make that play. Out at second, quickly on to first for the double play. Urshela holding the bag and a twin killing.
And that's it right there. Little 89. Kind of keeps it soft, outer half. When you start thinking, you know, left pull side, you get a lot of 5-3s, little rollovers. Keep them up the middle, which Turner has lately. He's been swinging the bat real hot for this team, but rolled over on that one.
Alex Cora with the many left-handers the Red Sox are facing. He likes Refsnyder up, bats him out of the 3 spot. He hit a home run the other day, batting third, but not a guy you would typically expect to see there. Hitting 148. Very tough against lefties. He'll check and it's a strike.
See this double leg kick. I always wonder how it started. You're just out in the bullpen throwing and saying, you know what, this feels good. Let me just keep doing this.
Hit deep to center field. Trout on his horse. He's into the triangle and tried to make the catch. Couldn't do it. It drops in for an extra base hit. Refsnyder will stop at second. Made a good decision there. That one carried a long way. If Trout can't get to it, you've hit it. And the Red Sox are man in scoring position.
Yeah, he smoked this ball. As we were talking about, middle of the field. Takes a fastball down. Trout kind of trying to make this over the shoulder catch in center field. Thought he had a good beat on it. There's an alligator arm, kind of pulls back. You see that there. Refsnyder will take it all day long. He smoked that ball.
Trout got a little bit wary.
Did.
So here's Raffy trying to pick him up. Swinging a high twisting fly ball. That's deep to left field. Ward is back, turning. It's gone. Home run. This might be one of those days at Fenway today.
Yeah, making for an exciting day. Devers. He's hitting balls out of the ballpark everywhere. Foul pole to foul pole. Doesn't wait around at all. I think it's a fastball up here from Anderson. Man, he just launches it. He's something special. This kid's coverage of the plate is just another level. He hits 6 inches up, 6 inches down. But this one here, belt high, and he gets on top of it. Cuts this lead in half.
That is his 7th home run. He has taken over the major league lead by himself. He was in a 3-way tie today. Here's Kike. This Red Sox home run brought to you by Audi. Visit your New England Audi area dealer today. 7 for Raffy. Got one last night too. And he is off to some start. Is it going to be a really special year for Rafael Devers? I mean, you want to be him every 2 weeks anyway.
You're not
after that contract.
That was trending towards that last year, but that hamstring bothered him the whole second half. Felt like he was playing on one leg.
3-0. And in there for a strike.
Yeah. One of those doesn't have to be, right?
And Corey Blazer rang him up on that one. 3-1. Pop up down the left field line. Rendon and Neto going over, but it's a souvenir.
Kike's looked a lot better the last few games. Had that 0 for 28 that he snapped down in Tampa. 4 for his 12 now since he's moved to center. He struggled a little defensively early on in the season. Had his struggles. Just moving to center field kind of clears his head. Got him right offensively.
2 for 4 last night. Pokes that one foul. His next home run will be number 100 in his career. He'll ask for time to get it now from Blazer. Red Sox responding here against Tyler Anderson and the Angels on a home run, 2-run shot by Devers. And there's a walk. His second of the inning. Kike is on.
Seeing the ball a lot better. You saw a lot during that stretch. Saw a lot of fly balls to second base, fly balls to first, shallow right field, just sort of losing the barrel. He's a pull hitter. He's really done a better job of getting on top of the ball when it is away. And you're starting to see that. Line drives the other way. He's looked a lot better here, more comfortable at least the last 4 games.
And a couple of guys who had been skidding, Justin Turner and Kike Hernandez, finding their stroke again. Here's a guy who needs to, and Christian Arroyo down to 171 and has not homered yet. It does have good power.
God damn it.
He looks at a ball.
Good solid year last year, 286 for this team. Always kind of gave you a good at bat. And you're right. Get back to that middle of the field. It's a good lefty to kind of put that in the back of your mind.
Runner taken off. Good jump. In there for a strike and no throw, and a stolen base for Kike. He had it stolen on the jump.
See a lot of that this year, huh? Almost just, you don't believe they're going to throw over. Look at this jump. And he picked the right one. He does the double leg kick with a man on first.
He does. 2-1.
He mixes it up a little, but man on first, the double leg kick. God, you're going to give me that jump. I'll take it.
Red Sox have to steal more bases.
Yep.
There are guys who are capable. Check swing, and he missed there. But it's now a big part of every club's attack. Virtually every team. Yankees are stealing bases like crazy.
You can speed guys on. You know, Kike's in that 0 for 28. He's a guy can run, but can't steal first.
Got to get on. The 3-1 will pop up on the infield here. The first baseman collides with Drury. Urshela knocked him down. Some miscommunication on their infield, but that is out. Number 3. Red Sox get the 2-run shot from Devers.
If we weren't proud of the craftsmanship and level of detail that go into every pair of Warby Parker glasses, well, we probably wouldn't show you how they're made, including this part, which is our favorite. Wow. And this is also great. For every pair of glasses or sunglasses sold, a pair of glasses is distributed to someone in need. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
The search for high-quality meat ends here. With ButcherBox, you get 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Sourced from partners who believe in doing things the right way. Together, we can make a difference, one meal at a time. Sign up today at butcherbox.com for a special offer.
All righty. 4-2, the Angels leading the Sox. Zach Neto in the box, a shortstop, making his major league debut here today. 22 years old. The Angels sending David Fletcher to AAA today. Youngster was born in Miami. He's a first-round pick just a year ago. And suddenly he's in the big leagues.
Year ago, 44 games in the minors. Played 30 games last year in AA, 7 games. Said that's it. We think he's ready. Bring him up.
They think he's the real deal. Here's the 1-1. Popped down the right field line, cruising toward the stands.
You know, I was talking to Phil Nevin before the game, and they had him that the series. The Angels always play the Dodgers at the end of spring training, and they had him up for those games. They started him in the game. There was somebody that couldn't play. He went 3 for 3 off Kershaw. Came out the next night, 1 for 2 with 2 line drives, and they just looked at each other like, huh, should we keep him?
Put him on the team, yeah.
7 days, week later, we're good.
Lighten up Kershaw. But 44 games in the minor leagues. I mean, that's.
Yeah, they're just impressed with the full package. You know, they don't think he's going to be overwhelmed. I talked to him. I said, you bring him up the first games at Fenway, and they head to Yankee Stadium after this. It's a big week for him.
Yeah, they must really believe in him. 2-2. Late cut there on a fastball.
Nick's got to get it back. He had the first 3 hitters, and just something with Rendon, man, he couldn't find it. Fastball, slider, curveball, couldn't get the strikes. 10 straight balls, and just laid a couple in there to Urshela, and it hurt him.
Last season in May and June, Pivetta was just tremendous. One of his outings during that time was against these Angels in June, and he struck out 11. His season high, allowed only 6 hits. That's when he was really rocking and rolling. 3-2 pitch. He's already walked 2 that cost him in the first inning in front of the grand slam by Urshela.
It's a pretty good at bat here for your first at bat in the big leagues. Pitch number 8.
Hard hit to third. Nice hop for Raphael. 1 man out, the second. Let's bring in our man Jemai Webster.
Now time for the front door expert approach. Shohei Ohtani, a career 11 games at Fenway Park, hitting .311. He's also got 1 start, a win last May. He's scheduled to start on Monday and be opposed by Brian Bayo. That, of course, should be the first time Ohtani will face his WBC championship teammate Masataka Yoshida. Alex Cora said he'll be back in the lineup as the designated hitter tomorrow, play the outfield on Monday. And there's a contingent of Japanese press here to see both of their stars. Masa said on playing against Shohei, he said, I'm honored to play with him at the best baseball stadium in the world.
I think he likes it here. I mean, he did. I remember when he hit a couple of home runs last time at Fenway, he was raving about it. The history of Fenway and Boston really appealed to him. Loved the ballpark, the fans.
I just like how you're throwing it out there in the universe. I think he loves it here. He would love to play here.
Do you think he likes Nantucket? I bet he'd love a weekend. 1-1 will be in there for a strike on Matt Theis.
That's what you should do. Take him out to the islands. You could have a nice beachfront property with the $500 million you're about to sign, right? Wherever it is.
My goodness. He'll be a free agent at the end of the season. The world is his oyster. 1-2. And inside and hit him. It did get Theis. Barely, but got him.
Yeah, he's missing that glove side. You see that curveball kind of just falling off towards first base more than usual. Same thing with that slider. He's kind of missing it outside. This thing barely touched him. Where'd it get him?
I think maybe off the calf, off the pant. Brings up Ward, the top of the order. He's 0 for 1 to fly to center. And Jemai talking about Shohei pitching on Patriots Day. You realize for Angel fans in Anaheim, that's 8:10 in the morning when that game gets underway. I mean, it's early enough for us.
Yeah. We know what time that is in Japan.
Oh, I don't want to think about it. But I guarantee he'll have fans watching him. This one flied into right field. Verdugo battling the sun a little bit, heading near the line, and he's got it. Did good work to make sure that one was caught. And they were 2 down. It was no picnic.
You saw even like the pitch before, that slider that he tried to start Theis off with. He's kind of yanking in that left-handed batter's box. He's got to straighten out that slider curveball for him right here, especially with this guy at the plate.
Mike Trout doubled his first time up, 300th of his career. Came around to score. Angels lost 89 games last year. They fired Joe Madden. In fact, they did when the Red Sox were in town in Anaheim. That's when they fired him and put Phil Nevin in charge. He has a 1-year contract. And even with the 2 best players in baseball, expectations are pretty low for them this year. No postseason wins since 2010 and just 1 playoff appearance. In 2014 they were swept by Kansas City, so October has seen very little of this man.
Yeah, and it's too bad too. You always talk about him in the postseason. The team's got to get there. You know, this isn't the NBA or a good quarterback in the NFL where one player can just carry a team. It's the sport. It's not what this sport is. You got to have a good roster. We just seem to not get that part of it down.
And for a strike. Their last postseason win came in 2009 when they beat the Red Sox in the division series a long time ago. Artie Moreno, the owner, thought about selling the ball club and then backed away from that. Just decided to keep it. Ohtani on deck. What you think with these guys, with Trout and Ohtani? I mean, you've got the basis of a great ball club. They just haven't been able to find the pieces around them. 3-1. And he's walked another man. He's just off today. He's now walked 3 and hit a batter.
And you see everything is off glove side too. Everything is off that outside corner to righties. He can't kind of find it. And again, I mentioned going to that first inning, Porcello's done such a good job the first 2 outings with 2 outs, bearing down, executing, stranding runners on base. That didn't happen in the first. We got another opportunity here in this second.
Ohtani 0 for 1. The hard ground ball to third. And Pivetta in trouble again. Big swing and a miss.
It's a better slider, but that's a little danger zone with this guy. See him sort of bail out and hook that thing down there a long way.
We'll see him pitch on Monday. He flicks that one foul. Last year on the mound, 15-9 with a 2.33 ERA. He led the American League with a strikeout rate of 11.9 per 9. While also hitting 34 and driving in 95.
It's little league.
Incredible to watch. 0-2.
You got to execute one pitch against this guy. You know, the scary thing with Ohtani, it's like he's getting better. You know, he's getting better on the mound. He's becoming a better hitter.
Dropping his strikeout rate.
Just, yeah, all around everything.
Protecting there, and that should be catcher's interference. It is catcher's interference, and Ohtani will be given first. This is going to load the bases again. Wong had the glove in there and made contact with the bat.
See it here. He gets out reaching. You see him clip it right there. That was just an emergency hack. You kind of get long from the back, and there you go. You just clip that glove. Just doing everything you can to get a piece of it. A big spot here.
Yeah, second inning in a row. They're all loaded up for the Angels, and here's Rendon, who walked and scored first time.
It's a good way to start right there. Strike one. Again, we saw it for 4 games straight, right? That Tampa team, man. Wow, quality strike one. They get ahead, they expand. It's pitching.
Tell you what, he just can't land the curveball today.
No. And again, that slider was a really good pitch for him as well. Doesn't throw it as often as that good curve. He doesn't have the get me over curveball or the put away curveball. It's kind of not even close to the zone right now.
54 pitches, only 26 in the strike zone, and a 1-1. There's one.
Now that's the early count one. That's the one we like, right? You're going to use that to get ahead. Now I'm going to show it in that strike zone. It's going to disappear in the bottom of the zone. I'm going to get you to swing over.
Bases are loaded here for the Angels again. With 2 out. Ground ball up the middle, ranging over Arroyo, sliding stab, and got him. Really fine play by the second baseman to bail him out. Still 4-2.
When it's about to go down,
this is the story of the night.
MLB Tonight takes you there.
62! How about that?
Big moments, big reactions, and big interviews every night only on MLB Network's MLB Tonight.
I'ma do what? That's on me. But I'll keep it OG. No, you can't shine if you stay low key. That's on me, on me, on me. I'ma do what? That's on me. But I'll keep it OG. No, you can't shine if you stay low key. That's on me, on me, on me. Don't want that shit, but that's on me. Put the house up, got the keys. They say you can't shine if you stay low key. That's on me, on me.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Wondering how you stack up? Well, get ready to bring your best stuff to MLB Pitch, Hit, and Run. The official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Sign up for free for a chance to play your way to the 2023 Pitch, Hit, and Run Finals at the World Series. Visit pitchhitrun.com today.
Yep. Good.
Well, Nick Pivetta gets some nice defense from Christian Arroyo to escape a bases loaded jam, and it remains 4-2 Angels. A lot of scoring early. Red Sox go to work with Casas, Wong, and Chang, the bottom 3 in the order today against Tyler Anderson. Casas trying to bust out an 0 for 14. He was doing a lot of work on defense at first base in the pregame today. Diving all over the place. I've never seen a guy take batting practice in an absolutely filthy uniform before, but he was putting in a lot of time.
He works. He's one of the few guys during BP actually runs the bases. Works on his reads. He puts the work in. It's still early on in his career, especially here in this season. I think he just thinks maybe too much.
One thing you and I were talking about this, that we saw him doing spring training. He did damage early in counts.
Yeah.
You know, and was really aggressive on pitches he could drive early in counts. We haven't seen as much of that since the season got underway, as he'll pop this one into left. And one away. Our T-Mobile coverage cam.
Well, you know, when you're out there struggling a little bit with that location, You need a great defensive play behind you to get you out of a jam, and this is exactly what Pivetta got from Christian Arroyo, going across that bag. Beautiful slide. Great throw to first base. Hopefully getting out Pivetta. Hope they can settle him down a little bit. Defense matters, wins ball games.
0-1 on Wong, hitting 115, no home runs. Getting to catch again today. He's been throwing out base stealers, and he has a base hit into left. And if that part of his game can help the Red Sox, he'll play a lot more. He threw out a runner last night. He's thrown out 3 out of 5 this season.
Oh, he can throw, but there's no question about it. Elite pop time, arm catch and release. He's throwing guys out, and this one here, he gets a changeup up. It's a nice job, kind of, because all so far this year, I think he's looked a lot better on fastballs. He had a late spring training, didn't many at bats. So when you come in, you're locked in on heaters. Sometimes that off-speed stuff can bother you, but he did a nice job staying back and hooking this thing to left.
Here's Chang, in dire need of a hit. Going back to last year, 0 for his last 27. He's been getting playing time. He's hit short again today. Wong get back in. Red Sox have already stolen 1 base today. There was Kike in the first inning.
Connor Wong may very well be their fastest base runner. And he's your catcher. He's a pretty good athlete.
He's got more power than people think, too. This will be popped up on the infield. Neto, the young shortstop. 2 down.
All right, win big with the Red Sox Foundation 50-50 raffle. You can buy tickets at redsox.com/50-50 through the 6th inning of today's game for a chance to win half the net jackpot. See official rules for full details.
Top of the order, Verdugo drew a walk in the first. Alex leading the team with 17 hits. We've talked a lot about how well he handles the lefty.
Again, he stays in there. The right approach, takes the fastball away. Something off speed, he'll pull. It's a good spot to get Wong going. 2 outs. Gets thrown out. You got the leadoff up.
He's holding in there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Especially with 2 strikes.
Right.
Of course, the pitcher knows it as well, but take a shot.
Waved at and missed. He fooled him there with a changeup and struck him out.
This is Chris Bryant. This is Christopher Russo. And this is the High Heat Hot Seat. Chris Bryant plays hard so he doesn't end up here. High Heat with Christopher Russo, helping players play harder on MLB Network. Imagine an entire channel dedicated to taking you to the most exciting moments in baseball as they happen.
It's gone!
With live look-ins to clutch at bats.
A walk-off slam!
And players on the edge of making history.
This could be it! 62!
It's the best seat in the house at every ballpark. All commercial free.
Can you believe it?
MLB Network Strike Zone. Wednesdays and Fridays, all season long.
CVS Health is a leading healthcare solutions company and a trusted partner for every meaningful moment of health. Learn more at cvs.com/health. 4-2, the Angels in front here in the third inning. Hunter Renfroe leading things off here for the Halos. He walked and scored in the first against Nick Pivetta. He's had a lot of command issues here in the early going this afternoon. That led to the grand slam by Urshela. Wrapped to third, well behind the bag. Raffy, long throw, but plenty on it, and one away.
Right on the money. Good sign here from Nick, too, here in the third. A couple of back-to-back curveballs for strikes. You see that one there, outer half. Got him to roll over on it. Nice play by Devers, but more importantly, controlling the strike zone with the breaking ball. They can settle down and get that ball in the zone a little bit more.
Urshela, the grand slam in the first. His first home run of the year. Yankees have won. They beat Minnesota 6-1. Toronto has a 4-1 lead on Tampa Bay in the sixth inning after beating the Rays last night in Canada. Are they going to do it again today? It's the first winning team, first team with a winning record Tampa Bay has faced this year.
And we know how they started off. When you watch them, it's a good baseball team. You got to go out and beat them. They don't beat themselves. They're deep. So you look at that team, the Tampa Bay Rays. You know they don't have a bench. They have a bunch of starters that don't play that night. They mix and match. Kevin Cash does a great job.
Really good bench, athletic bench. Outstanding bullpen. Very varied bullpen. A lot of different looks, a lot of different styles. 6-game hitting streak for Urshela. So he was cooking even before the grand slam. And 3-2.
Urshela making his first start at first base. He's played there, I think, 3 times, but kind of like late in games, but he's never really started at first base. He's got to learn what a fly ball to second is and let the second baseman get it
right
in the game.
Yeah, that was interesting. Plowing right into each other. And Drury, the second baseman, is looking at him like, what are you even in my area code for?
Why, this is a pop fly right to me. Why are you even near me? You're playing first. You had no reason to expect someone to run into him.
.94 mile-an-hour fastball he fouls away.
Core before the game talking about a couple of guys that like to stay away from out there. Obviously Winkowski gave you 3, so Nick's sitting on 65 pitches, and you'd love to try to squeeze 5 out of him if you can.
Sox have not had a starter go beyond 5 innings. That one cranked toward the alley. That's well out there. On the run, Verdugo. Nice play. Deep into the gap to haul that in. He's made a couple of nice plays here in the early going today.
His play's been fantastic this year. You know, Alex Cord challenged him in the offseason, kind of come back a different guy. And, you know, last year wasn't a bad year. That's how much they think of him. They think there's more there. And he came back. He's more athletic. Offensively, he's been fantastic. And defensively, done a nice job as well.
There's been a definite uptick.
Yeah.
As Drury gets in, he's 0 for 1. He struck out.
Hustle on the bases, too.
Yeah.
Right. He's flying all over the place. He's going after balls down the line in Tampa Bay. And they can double out of the box.
Yeah,
right.
You watch him hit. You've done it, Lou. We've done it. We've looked at him and gone, you know, he's hitting around 310 right now. You could see him hitting that over an entire season very, very realistically. You know, 310, 320.
It's the same every single year, right? There's going to be a month that it doesn't go well for you, but you try to turn that into 3 weeks, you know, instead of 4 weeks. You try to minimize those slumps throughout a year. That's how you put 6 together.
And a called strike with the breaking ball. You know, he's so calm in the box, talking about Verdugo. Takes his walks. See him walking 80 times. Getting on base. Snapped in there. Good one there to strike him out. They go 1-2-3.
Most baseball rules are rigid. 3 strikes, you're out. 3 outs, the inning is over. So, quick question. What's going on with these rule changes? When Major League Baseball heard from you, the fan, some bright minds got together and thought about ways to improve game pace, create safer plays on the base paths, and return the game to its more traditional alignment. You spoke, and MLB listened. Learn more with Quick Question, an MLB original.
See it.
He struck him out. It's out of here.
Feel it.
I can't wait for this game to start.
He took a home run away.
Live it.
That is as good as it gets.
The big plays.
The beauty of sports is when the hero comes through.
Yeah, the tense moments.
We have an update we must show you.
With live look-ins, highlights, and breakdowns.
The fun thing is to watch the cat and mouse game.
MLB Tonight on MLB Network.
What do baseball players love the most about intentional talk?
Kevin's highlights, the interviews, the God heaves.
Yes! Intentional talk, the show baseball players love to watch. Only on MLB Network.
Still lives in Maui part of the year, doesn't he?
Does he?
Or Arizona.
All right.
April 15th marks Jackie Robinson's MLB debut. His courage in the face of adversity is as much an example now as ever before. During baseball and commemorating Jackie Robinson Day, visit MLB.com/42. 4-2 here in the bottom of the third, and there's a different level of understanding as Jackie Robinson Day is here around the league, guys. As one of the Red Sox who also worn the Dodgers uniform, and talking to Justin Turner, he said it's important to honor his legacy every single day. His breaking of barriers in this game has allowed the clubhouse to look how it does with the diversity in there. And talking to Kenley Jansen as well, he told me it's not just about this day, but having him in your memory and heart all the time. This is also the 15th time now all players and on-field personnel wear Robinson's number 42. Red Sox wearing it proudly.
Turner smoking that one down the line into the corner, and he is off to second base with an easy double. And the Red Sox have a man quickly in scoring position in the third.
Yeah, this is nice here from Turner. You know, early in the year, he's giving you good at-bats. He's drawing walks. The on-base percentage is up. But you're, at some point, you're like, okay, now I want to see the hits, right? I mean, he's giving you quality at-bats. He's taking his walks. But what we've seen in the last 4 or 5 days now is him starting to barrel balls, drive the ball in the gap, 2-0, taking a shot here and hooking it down the line. Nice leadoff double. He's starting to swing it.
Yeah, 5-game hitting streak. I like him in that 2-hole.
Yes, sir.
Rev Snyder with a double in the first inning, and then Devers drove him in with his 7th home run already.
Forced to shuffle it off, right, with Duvall out. Alex wanted him hitting behind Devers. Just things happen. I like him in that 2 spot.
You know, we just saw Shane Victorino in the Legends box a couple of moments ago. Got a great hand here at the ballpark. They played some of the highlights of Shane, and you know, to see members of the 13 team back in the ballpark, it just brings a smile to your face. He was just terrific for the Red Sox. He was a Gold Glover in right field. He had been, you know, Gold Glover as a center fielder and came to Fenway. And you were talking about like Casas practicing certain things on the base, like running the bases during BP. I remember watching Victorino all during that summer practicing throws from right field to home plate to second base, which you just don't see a lot of guys do at this level during the course of a season. But he did, and man, did it pay off.
Yeah, it sure did. You know, that whole team, everybody they brought in just sort of just clicked, right? It just did. And I played with Shane back in '03. He was just a Rule 5 pick out in San Diego. We were a bad baseball team. We're trying to keep him. So I got to see him as a rookie.
Down low. That's going to move a runner to third as well as it gets underneath Theis on a wild one on ball 4. So that'll put him on at first and third. Nobody out. And Raphael coming up.
Refsnyder doing exactly what Alex wanted in that 3-hole against these lefties. You know, this is a nice time too. He's playing a lot. 8 out of 9 lefties to kind of get into a groove. He'll start facing some right. He goes back to that bench, but now he feels like he's into the season. And now you got a bat off that bench that's really comfortable for you as you get going here in the next couple of weeks in Refsnyder.
Rafael Devers, a 2-run homer in the first inning, the 7th of his season. He's putting himself in rarefied air with this start with a home run ball for the Red Sox. That's in there for a strike. One of the better starts in history. Now Alonso got one today for the Mets. So they're now dead even at 7. Chopper up the middle. Neto taps the bag, gets the out on to first in time. That'll be a double play, but a run scores.
Well, he'll take the run. Obviously, with Devers up there in that situation, first and third, nobody out, you'd have loved a little bit more.
So 4-3 game. Base is now empty for Kike Hernandez. Former Dodger as well. Like Jackie Robinson, everybody wearing the number 42. Jackie Robinson stole home in his career 19 times.
But usually that's like element of surprise. At some point, they start looking for it.
Apparently they did, because he was caught stealing home 12 times.
Well, at some point you got to stop trying. 12 times.
I like the 19, but 12's a lot too. I mean,
well, maybe they had bottom of the order and they, you know, hey, let's give it a bid. See if we can steal a run here.
He must have been an absolute blast to watch. You know, we've all seen the highlights, and you've seen him stealing home in a World Series game. All of that. You've seen Yogi Berra going nuts and everything. Great old footage, but would have been something to see him live.
Yeah. Boy, Henderson holding it. Double leg kick. A triple. I don't even know what that was, but the pitch before, he just sort of stayed there and held it. He'll alter some arm slots too on different guys. Really tries to mess with the timing of the hitter.
2-2. All full on Kike.
Shaking their heads at Tyler Anderson last year. He turned down that qualifying offer with the Dodgers for $19 million.
Right.
Signed 3 years, 39. I like to have 3 years, but 1 year, 19 is kind of nice.
Pitch hammered foul. And really, before last season, he had a great year for the Dodgers, but his career had been pretty pedestrian. A lot of that with Colorado, and that can make any pitcher look mediocre. But his ERA the previous 5 seasons was 4.62.
Breakthrough last year. You mentioned that changeup was the difference maker for him.
Urshela will handle that at first, and that'll retire the side. Red Sox get 1.
Sure, you'll teach her to drive a car. Then use Greenlight and teach her to save up for her own car. Mowing lawns and getting paid. Navigate the world of earning, saving, and investing together. Invest in your best investment. Greenlight.
If sports fans built a streaming service.
What's going on?
I think we found a way to stop fans from destroying their TVs when their teams lose.
How's it work?
Hey, Charlie. Philly lost.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to put you on hold for just 1 second. Okay.
Yeah, we need a little bit of water splashing around this one.
Bob Ross channel. It's freaking genius.
It's even a little over here.
Live TV and sports and more, but mostly sports. That's Fubo!
The search for high-quality meat ends here. With ButcherBox, you get 100% grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught seafood, and so much more. Sourced from partners who believe in doing things the right way. Together, we can make a difference. One meal at a time. Sign up today at butcherbox.com for a special offer.
We take a look at FanDuel's updated live run total. Pre-game, it was 10. Angels have a 4-3 lead to the 4th inning. And the rookie Zach Neto, who is 0 for 1 in his major league debut today. Pivetta looks like he's starting to land a breaking ball a little bit more.
He's starting to feel it here now. Seen a lot more of those, get me over strikes. Get me over strikes. A lot of times, some people might call him a hanger. But you're sort of catching that hitter. You want that strike one. You think he's sitting dead red. You don't want to be throwing it with 2 strikes. You want to bury that thing. But a lot of times, early on it counts. You can get one up there middle, inner half if you're looking for it. I couldn't hit a curveball if I wanted to. So I never looked for it.
1-1. Outside with a heater. Well, this is that 4-game series every year at home, when that includes Patriots Day, where every game is a different start time. And for a strike tomorrow, 1:35. Garrett Whitlock against Reed Detmers, and then 11:10 a.m. on Monday, Patriots Day. That'll be Bayo against Ohtani. That should be a blast. 2-2. Broken bat. Up with it, Raphael. He's been busy today. The second time Neto is grounded to third, and 1 away.
Kid Nation's the official youth fan club of the Boston Red Sox, offers young fans membership benefits, including free kids tickets throughout the season. Visit redsox.com/kidnation and join now to redeem your free kids tickets. It's going to be something else on Monday, huh? At first I thought it was going to be Sale Ohtani, but they bumped him, gave an extra day off. Now you get Bayo.
Been waiting on Bayo, coming back from the injury, as this one is pop foul and will drift out of play by Matt Theis. And what a difference that may make in the whole feel of the rotation to have him healthy.
Yeah, and even like that bullpen, they didn't want to commit today with Houck. He's been throwing the ball real well, but if you're able to bump someone like that out in that pen, that lengthens it with Crawford, with Witkowski. Get guys that can go 1 inning with power stuff, give you 3. It's nice.
0-1 pitch. Right past him.
But Houck's throwing the ball well too, and you've got Paxton a couple starts away. Glad I don't have to make these decisions. But they say baseball always has a way of working themselves out. We'll see. Good problem to have.
Well, coming off that Tampa Bay series, you look at how deep their pitching staff is. You can never have enough. It's another reminder. And I think the Red Sox are definitely buying into that. 0-2.
That's one of the things, you leave that good staff, but when you leave Tampa, you realize that Zach Eflin, he's missed a start because the back. Jeffrey Springs, we saw him walk off the field. You know what's going on. So you start looking at that pitching, and they're deep. They're going to be tested.
1 man away. He won't chase that one. The Garrett Whitlock starting or relieving question continues to be a fascinating one for me. I know the Red Sox have made the decision he's a starter, but you keep thinking back to what a devastating weapon he was out of the bullpen when he was pitching as a reliever. That's in there for strike 3. That'll be the 3rd one rung up by Nick Pivetta, and 2 out in the 4th.
Yeah, next to the radio with my good friend Christian Four, he used to call me Polar Express because I need to see it to believe it. And I've seen Whitlock in the bullpen. I know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But they're going to give him every opportunity to show that he can be a starter.
Oh, sure. It's so intriguing, though.
See, I get the argument that, hey, let's find out. In 5 or 6 months, when this season's over, we'll know one way or the other. He's either going to be a above average good starter. If not, then he is what he is, and he's a shutdown reliever.
Ward's gone 0 for 2. A fly out to center and a fly out to right. Angels leading 4-3 in the 4th. They had a grand slam in the 1st inning by Gio Urshela. Pivetta's kept them off the board since then, even though they did load the bases in the very next inning. And his breaking ball is sharpening up as this thing has progressed. And he's already thrown 83 pitches.
Yeah, I kind of wish he had it about 23 pitches, but he's giving them what they need, giving them some zeros here after that first. He's got it right now. Ooh. Is that did he? At first I thought that was almost like a quick pitch. I don't know if his spike got caught.
Wounded up 95 in the mitt, but for a ball. 2-2. Mike Trout on deck. And swung on and missed. That gets away from Wong. A slide, a throw, and got him. Nice recovery. Wong got back. They had a long way to go for that.
He's an athlete with a cannon.
Doors lead us to places we've never been. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. They can help you create a retirement income plan designed to balance growth and guaranteed income, and provide access to specialists who help with estate planning to look out for future generations. So you're not just growing and protecting your wealth, you're sharing it. Because doors were meant to be opened.
We love going to games, but good seats get pricey. So we use Game Time. Game Time checks ticket prices in real time and finds you all the best last-minute deals. We got our seats 20 minutes ago for 60% off. Last-minute tickets at the best price in seconds. Download Game Time now.
Sox have been playing from behind since the first inning, but they're within one. As Christian Arroyo flicks a foul, 0 for 1 today. 4-3 game in the fourth inning. That Sox have out hit him 4-2, including a Devers home run, his 7th already. Little blooper over first. Urshela down the line, foul ground. Casually makes the play. And 1 out. Time now for our window into the park, presented by Window World of Boston, the official replacement window sponsor of Boston Red Sox baseball on Nesson. Great view to home plate and the press box up high. I'm up there with Lou Merlone, his first game on Nesson for the regular season. How are you enjoying it so far?
Oh, it's kidding me. It's a big league Wago. I love sitting up here calling games.
I mean, you do a lot of radio.
Yeah.
And have done a lot of radio. Now with us on the Nesson side, we're so delighted to have you. Listened to you for years, doing games and talk radio and all of that, and did so appreciate your baseball knowledge, your passion for the game, and we're delighted to have you here. Cutting a miss here by Casas.
Well, it's nice. You know, I love just being part of this now. It's just what I wake up every day. It's baseball, you know, and you get emotional at times. It's got me in trouble at times. Sometimes you say some things,
yeah,
you know, but
it's okay.
You care about it.
That's the way of it in Boston and in New England.
Well, sometimes the job calls for it. That old job that I had, sometimes, you know, the Wild Wild West a little bit.
Timeout. Look at that last one on the edge.
You know, earlier I was talking about Tristan, whether there's if there's too much thought going on, and just because he thinks the game so much, you know, he thinks about situations, he thinks about the swing, the approach. Sometimes you just got that one thought and let everything else go.
He'll strike out swinging. 2 away. He is 0 for 2 today. Connor Wong next. He singled his last time up. Just made a really nice defensive play on a pitch that got away in strike 3. And sliding pickup, and then, as you said, a cannon to get it down to first base in plenty of time to complete the strikeout and end the inning.
Yeah, he is, when it comes to some of the pop times, to give you an idea, I mean, league average is right around 2, just south of it. Realmuto led the league last year with a 1.82, and he's been putting 1.82s on the board all year so far. In that range. 15 homers. You mentioned the power. It's there. I mean, he had a year last year in AAA. Missed a lot of time here in camp. A lot of people really believe in this kid.
Connor's dad, Matt, was a pitcher in the big leagues for the Expos and the Brewers, 92, 93. So he's got baseball in the blood. 2 gone. He'll launch that one into left center field. That's up there to the wall. And that is off the green. Right back to Mike Trout, and that's a double for Connor Wong, who is really having a nice day with a double and a single.
Nice on the changeup as well. And again, you pull changeups, but you do that with the thought process of up the middle other way. You're still going to stay in front of it, but it allows you to stay through this baseball. This is outer half. He goes down. See that extra reach staying through it. That's how you get the ball on the barrel. And I mentioned he didn't have many at-bats at camp because of the hamstring, and you can time up a fastball, but you don't have many at-bats. That changeup breaking ball, that's tough. And it felt like that first week he was really lost on off speed, but coming back here today, staying back nice.
Yu Chang is due. 0 for 1 today. Does not have a hit this season. Opportunity to tie this up. Red Sox have 3 doubles and a home run against Anderson. Angels up 1. And that one's driven. This one's smoked. Watch this one go. Gone. Oh, he was due. And he let it all hang out. Yu Chang will touch them all. And the Red Sox jump into the lead.
Now that's the guy we saw in WBC. He was the MVP of Pool A. I mean, he was launching balls. You couldn't even believe it. Like the power that he showed at WBC, and we've seen him here in Boston the last couple of years. Hasn't really displayed that kind of a swing. Boy, he just unleashes on this thing. Look at this. Back leg him. That's way up there, Obi.
You know, that's one you could have just closed your eyes and listened, and you knew it was gone. Red Sox now on top 5-4.
That's some big juice right there. That DraftKings banner.
Nice to make that your first hit of the season.
Hello. No kidding. Talk to me about an 0 for 20 something.
No, it's erasable. Verdugo has walked and struck out. Second home run against Anderson. Red Sox come all the way back from 4-0 down in the first inning. The strike on Verdugo.
Don't discard those 3 zeros that Nick Pivetta has put up. First inning definitely didn't go his way.
Yep.
Still struggled in the second. Just keep giving me zeros. That wind is blowing out to left. That's died down a little bit now. We'll get him back.
That's a great point. Pivetta hanging in there. 1-2 pitch. And a line drive dropping down for a base hit. Verdugo aboard for the second time in the game.
I feel like if you've watched Alex Verdugo hit the last 3 weeks, you could become a better hitter just by watching what he does. It's just a fastball, stays back, sees the ball, recognizes pitches, swing decisions are fantastic. Fastball to left field. And guess what that does with breaking balls? It allows you to stay on it and pull them, which is what he does. It's textbook hitting. He's been doing it for 3 weeks.
Well, it gets the inning to Turner, which could be very big news because of the way he has hit Anderson in his career. 18 hits and 36 at bats just off the skids, including 3 home runs. He has a double today off him. That'll get away from Theis. That'll advance the runner Verdugo down to second on a wild pitch.
Tries to turn this changeup over. Kind of gets in. He's positioned towards that first base line, maybe getting on the other side of it, keeping it in front of him. Verdugo will take it.
So another hit by Turner could mean another run.
That's a good 2-0 pitch. Hello. I'll let you have that one.
Justin's wife Courtney is going to run the Boston Marathon on Monday.
Wow.
For the Red Sox Foundation. Brock Holt's going to run it. Ryan Dempster is going to run it. I am not.
I mean, you know, for some people, I get it. Bucket list thing. I don't like running. I never did. Like, I really don't. I don't enjoy running.
Running and running long distances are two different animals, aren't they?
Oh.
And outside, he wanted nothing to do with Turner there. He walks him.
Like, I grew up running's a punishment. You run when you do something wrong. Like, to the point where, if I ever hit a double, which wasn't often, I would have to call timeout just because I was tired, not because I wanted to brush off. Like, I don't like running.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And it's even more pronounced the older I've gotten. Matt Wise out there, the pitching coach for the Angels. Well, the newest addition to the Allagash Brewing lineup is Hop Reach, a citrusy, tropical, and refreshing IPA. Find it anywhere Allagash beer is sold.
I like the white.
I remember going to Newton, and it was just basically a 10-mile mark of the marathon. I was about 15 years old. Went with some friends, and I was staggered when the lead pack ran past because they were a blur.
Sprinting.
It was 10 miles into the darn race, and they were sprinting faster than anyone I'd ever seen.
I grew up with it right down the end of my street in Framingham. Right down the road. You're right. Man, they're sprinting. 26.2. How do you do it?
Our own Adam Pellerin's going to be running as well. He's in great shape. So that's easy for him. Red Sox looking to capitalize again. First and second, 2 down, already on top 5-4. And making a run and knocking Anderson out pretty quickly. He was a 15-game winner for the Dodgers last year. 0-2.
Little cutter right there. Started out a half. Rob's had a good couple at bats, seeing the ball well. That double in the first, and then the walk. 0-2 here, though.
He cranks that, a liner into left field for a base hit. Verdugo rounding. He's going to score. The throw into third. There was nobody home, and it bounces around. Runners trying to move up, and Turner's going to be out at third base, and that will retire the side. Got a little wild and hairy there. The run does score. The Red Sox on top here, 6-4.
A threat on the mound and a threat at the plate. Former MVP Shohei Ohtani. The American League single-season home run king. Reigning MVP Aaron Judge. Their first matchup of the season happens right here on MLB Network. Get can't-miss coverage all week as TV's best baseball analysts break it all down. Ohtani versus Judge. All next week on MLB Network.
Craving that home run feeling? Well, step up to the plate and take a swing. It's time for the Major League Baseball Junior Home Run Derby. Compete at a local event and mash your way to the 2023 Junior Home Run Derby Final during MLB All-Star Week in Seattle. Sign up for free at jrhrd.com.
Nick Pivetta's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Ace Ticket with the best seats at the lowest prices. He's up to 85 pitches. He's not allowed to run over the last 3 innings. Trout looks at a strike. He's doubled and walked today. It looked like after that first inning it was going to be a very short outing for Nick Pivetta. There's a swing at a high fly ball driven into left field. Backing up Refsnyder, turning around, will play it off the wall. That's another double for Mike Trout, his second of the day. This one leading off the 5th.
Yeah, you could tell by the way Trout busted out of this box that it got in on him a little bit. He was thinking double the whole way. He kind of knew he didn't get all this ball that got in on him. And normally you see that ball off the bat, that kind of fly ball, you'd probably enjoy it. But see this, gets out of that box quick. He knew he didn't have enough.
Ohtani looking for his first hit today. He did reach base in the second inning on catcher's interference. Late on that one, foul tip to the mid. Backs away for a ball.
You mentioned how he really struggled in that first. The second was somewhat similar, and he got bailed out by a beautiful play by Christian Arroyo up the middle of the end. And sometimes that's what you need. Pick up your pitcher. He's been on point ever since.
Ohtani has a string going of reaching base in 35 consecutive games going back to last year. And the catcher's interference does not count as a time on base. Does not charge that. There's a little flare. That's going to drop on a diving effort. Chang tried to get to it, couldn't do it, so he is on officially now. That'll put runners at first and third.
Just out of the reach. Great effort by Chang. She gets it off the end of the bat. I didn't think he was going to have a chance. Almost did. And somehow Ohtani gets a little bleeder hit that you're okay with. You know?
Yeah, you kind of are. Because he can hit at 450.
There's your hitting on base streak there. 36 now.
Indeed. Rendon, the batter. He's walked and scored. He was aboard when Urshela blasted the grand slam, and here they come again. Red Sox infield backed up. They'll concede a run to turn 2. That'll be popped up. Is it playable? Long moving over. So is Casas, but it's off into the boxes.
Here you go, first and third. Nobody out. You're up 2. It's all about limiting the damage. You'll take the ground ball double play. You'll take the sac fly. You attack Rendon here. Up 2-run cushion. It's still early in this game the way the ball's flying out of here. Stay away from the big inning.
Got to keep an eye on Ohtani too, because he will steal a base. He stole 11 last year. He actually runs very well for a man of his size. Not running here.
You know, the Red Sox done a much better job after that first weekend where the Orioles ran wild. Now, some of that was Mateo and Mullins, elite base stealers. A lot of it had to do with the pitching staff paying absolutely no attention to them.
Yep.
Like not holding the ball, throwing over. They can throw over.
It got embarrassing.
Yeah, and I think they've done a better job of it. Nick does a nice job of holding the baseball, and of course, the guy behind the dish is saying it as well with the way he's been throwing it, Connor Wong.
Nobody out, 2 on. Sox up by 2. As this one has seesawed. Wrap foul again.
That's the only way to really control the running game. You know, hold the ball. You know, come set, deliver. Come set, hold the ball for 3, 4, 5 seconds. Come set, hold it for 2. Come set, hold. You know, quick pitch. Like there's ways to throw that timing off of the base runner, even if you don't want to throw over.
didn't go. They did appeal to Carlos Torres. Rendon 12 for 25 against Pivetta in his career. He's getting a time here. Hunter Renfroe on deck. Trout at third. Ohtani at first. Long set. It's another ground foul.
97 pitches.
Caleb Ort is up in the bullpen for the Red Sox.
Pivetta's 2 starts. He won 87 pitches against Pittsburgh and 83 against Tampa. So this is a season high. Approaching that century mark.
97. Here comes number 98. And missed with it. Oh, he wanted that.
You got to give him that. That's a slider and that outside black. That little square. I like that strike square. You got to be kidding me. Yeah, this is a pitcher's pitch. I'm not happy as a hitter if he calls it, but still, he's got to have that.
Caught a piece. 2-2. And a line drive into left field down into the corner. That chases in Trout. He is in to make it 6-5. Ohtani around and into third, standing up. Rendon strikes again against Pivetta. And it's a 1-run game again.
He doesn't get that slider down and away. He comes back with that curveball and just sort of hangs it, leaves it in her half. Rendon barrels it down that left field line. Looks like that may be it.
Now it's Cora heading out to the mound. So Nick Pivetta gave up 4 runs in the first inning. So far 1 run in the 5th. Nothing in between. Had to grit his way through it. He leaves behind a couple of base runners. We're going to take the break as well. As the Angels are hammering their way back, it is now 6-5 Boston in the 5th inning. We'll have more in a moment.
Imagine an entire channel dedicated to taking you to the most exciting moments in baseball as they happen.
And it's gone!
With live look-ins to clutch at bats.
A walk-off slam!
And players on the edge of making history.
This could be it! 62!
It's the best seat in the house at every ballpark. All commercial free.
Can you believe it?
MLB Network Strike Zone. Wednesdays and Fridays, all season long.
These new bases are wider than the old ones.
Is he focused on the size of the new bases?
Now it will be easier to steal second base.
Is he thinking about stealing second base?
7 years in the league.
And he's never stolen a single base. Don't steal second base.
The pitcher's not looking.
I am not looking.
Dealer today. WB Mason. Refresh your workplace break room with who but WB Mason. Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Berkshire Bank, where you bank matters. And by buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com. Very pleasant day here in the city. Red Sox are up 6-5, but in some trouble after the base hit to drive and a run by Rendon. That knocks out Nick Pivetta and brings on the right-hander Caleb Ort, who already has 1 violation here, so it's ball 1.
Not a good way to start, is it?
You had to have thrown your last warm-up and be ready to go by 30 seconds, and he had not done that.
He's not even close.
Renfroe the batter, a walk and also a ground out, and he'll pop it foul out of play.
And that's bad for the pitcher. Nice for the hitter. Just jump in 1-0. You're like, all right.
Feel better already.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
Dead red fastball count out of the game. He's got red on. That's Ort. He can throw it 95, 96. We've seen him hit 99 this year already with a little slider. Just control that thing. Stay on the edges.
It's still early enough in the season where guys forget when they come into the game. You got to be ready at that 30 mark. You had to have thrown your last warm-up pitch, and he hasn't worked since Tuesday. I think a combination of those, you get maybe a little bit lazy about it.
Yeah.
Like you're forgetful.
You know, when he came out, it seemed like Cora was out there for a while talking a little bit too.
Mm-hmm. That might have contributed.
Yeah,
to it.
and you know, I don't know. I think the umpires sometimes have the discretion of kind of restarting it or the time clock. They've done a better job with it, I think, the last week or so, of using judgment on it. Might have got him. You ever get any foul balls up here?
We do.
Yeah,
we do, and I'm counting on you, as a former big league infielder, to make the play.
It's a lot. If I was you, I'd duck.
Well, I'm doing that anyway. I'm finding the floor, believe me. Swing and a miss to get him. Oh, he made a tough slider to strike him out.
Yeah, that's a nice You know, Caleb Orr threw a couple outings in a row that you looked at him and said, okay, there it is, 96, 97. See this slider that he got him with out of the zone, kind of showing it in the zone. When you got 96, you got to get it ready. Disappearing slider. Last outing against Tampa, hung one of those sliders to Josh Lowe, hit it out of the ballpark. But they're hitting everything out of the ballpark. So
Urshela with a grand slam. He's also lined hard to right. Verdugo make a nice running play on that in the third inning. Broken bat, little pop up. Out it goes, and it's going to drop in. Chang can't make the play, and the run scores. Ohtani crossing home plate, and this game is tied. The bat shattered, and it found a perfect spot in the outfield for Urshela, who's now driven in 5 runs today.
Boy, Yu Chang wishing he maybe play back on that grass at times. There's a couple of balls here in this half inning that he's dove out trying to catch it over that shoulder and has just missed. A couple of broken bat knocks. A little bit of bad luck here this inning. Good effort.
Brandon Drury has fanned 2 times. That was Nick Pivetta getting him each time. He'll lift that one to right field, up into the sun. Verdugo coming in. Runner at second. Rendon's going to stay right there. Good throw back to the infield. And 2 down.
Doogie battling that sun out there. Had some work early in that first series. You always say you get used to it down in spring training. You never get used to the sun. You never get used to the sun ball. You just don't. It's not like something you can work on and get better at. You can maybe alter your body and put the glove up there and try to follow it, try to find it on the other end. It's always difficult.
So they lead at first and second with 2 away. Tied 6-6. Zach Neto is 0 for 2 with a couple of ground balls to Devers at third. Went past Wong. That's going to advance the runners. That one got away. And now they have men at second and third as Rendon and Urshela move up.
The slider really got away. You're going to see Wong just sort of try to backhand it. He didn't get out there far enough for. I know a lot of talk about the one knee, but I've seen him backhand. I've seen catchers backhand that before. We don't talk about when they catch it.
A wild pitch.
But I agree. I understand. People watch the game. They see one knee, especially a man here on third. You see a pass ball and they're trying to olay it with the glove. And it's frustrating because you're so used to old school. Get over there. Get in front of it. Knock it down.
Cora did not look very happy. Red Sox began the inning with a 2-run lead. Now they're in danger of falling behind by a couple. And Ort's fallen behind here 3-0 on the rookie. He swings away and pops it foul back out of play. It's interesting. You got a rookie playing in his major league game number 1, and he's got a count of 3-0 and got the green light.
Swing it. Yeah, that's one of those you call a slider, going back to that wild pitch. Grady Little always used to say in the dugout, ball got by Mirabelli or Tech on a curveball. He said he must have called a hanger. And you call a slider, you got to expect it.
Sure. Big cut and a miss. That was 96. They'll take a timeout. 3-2. So Orch is trying to get out of the inning with a tie game. There have been 4 hits in the inning. And a wild pitch. We'll see how costly. 3-2. And in there, strike 3, made a pitch. 96. 2 left, but a 6-6 game.
You want highlights? Quick Pitch has you covered, packing all today's biggest plays into one lightning fast hour.
What a play!
We live today, preview tomorrow on Quick Pitch. Late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
These new bases are wider than the old ones.
Is he focused on the size of the new bases?
Now it will be easier to steal second base.
Is he thinking about stealing second base?
7 years in the league.
And he's never stolen a single base. Don't steal second base.
The pitcher's not looking.
I am not looking.
Imagine an entire channel dedicated to taking you to the most exciting moments in baseball as they happen.
And it's gone!
With live look-ins to clutch at-bats.
A walk-off slam!
And players on the edge of making history.
This could be it! 62!
It's the best seat in the house at every ballpark. All commercial-free.
Can you believe it?
MLB Network Strike Zone. Wednesdays and Fridays, all season long.
Time now for the comforts of home presented by Bernie and Phil's. Check out the amazing spring hot buys now at Bernie and Phil's Furniture. Red Sox with 7 or more home runs in the first 15 games of the season. Rafael Devers second on that list with some all-time greats, Movan and Fred Lynn, the only Red Sox with more. And Devers is doing it to all fields, guys. After his opposite field home run in Detroit, Adam Duvall joked with us, he has to get some of that Devers Oppo juice. Now, I asked Rafi if he could teach that, and with his megawatt smile, he chuckled and said, something natural that comes with me. I'm lucky to be able to hit the ball to all parts of the field. I don't think you can teach anybody else. That's something you're just born with.
That's a rarity indeed. Just not many can pull that off. Matt Moore, you remember him from all those years with Tampa Bay? Bounced around a bit since Tommy John surgery in 2015. He's been with the Giants, Texas, Detroit, and the Phillies. Back with Texas last year, and now the Angels.
He's a two-pitch guy here, especially the lefty. He saw 95. He's got the curveball. He saw both pitches. He's got a change-up. He's only going to pretty much show that to righties.
Devers, Kike Hernandez, and Christian Arroyo here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. You might think to yourself, did they decide not to use the timer today in the new rules? Pushing 6 o'clock, we're in the 5th inning. It's like the old days. Two just made contact to stay in there. StatCast is powered by Google Cloud.
Foul pole to foul pole here for Rafi Devers. These are 7 home runs. This is what's frustrating to try to pitch him. How do you execute? What do you, away? He'll drive the ball out of the ballpark, bring him in, put him in. He'll drive the ball out of that ballpark. The man covers the plate and 6 inches off on each side. It's just not normal. Hitters don't do that, Obi.
Theis just jumped up and headed out for a conversation. Looked like Moore was about to deliver the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rafael. He's driven in 15.
You see Devers here leading off this 5th. Kind of brings you back to how that last inning ended. You know, outs on the bases, and I get it. You know, trying to get that extra base, trying to take advantage of misplay. But with this man on deck, it's okay. Everybody just stay where you are. Let him hit.
Knocked down the line. That one twisting into the corner. And it's going to be a foul ball. Catch by the fan down the line. He tied for the major league lead with those 7 home runs with Pete Alonso of the Mets. Mets are down 2-1 to the A's in the 7th inning. Two and two. The all-star third baseman waiting on a 2-2. Again, hanging in.
There's a change-up left on left. Doesn't throw many of those. Curveball four-seam attack, especially against lefties.
8th pitch of this at bat coming up. And a liner up the middle. That was a searing shot, backhanded by the shortstop, and Neto on the money. That was hit hard.
Wow. One of those you call your family after the game, tell them how much you love them. This thing was smoked right back at him. I don't know how it missed him. Watch this. Hello. Shortstop's playing. You know, you always talk about why is the shortstop playing right behind the second for the pitcher. You know, it's gonna be, if it's at him, he can get it. Not this thing. This thing is rocketed back up the middle. Raffy not happy. Continue to barrel balls though.
104 miles an hour off the bat.
Man.
Kike with a walk and a ground out 0 for 1. He did steal a base in the first inning. Sox got down 4-0 in a grand slam by Urshela, but came right back on a home run by Devers to get a pair in the bottom of the first inning. So got right back in the game. They got another run in the third and 3 runs in the 4th inning. Yu Chang with a 2-run blast. Only to see the Angels grab a pair of runs in the top of this 5th inning. So we're knotted up 6-6. Fly to right. Renfroe, a long run in, slides to make the play. Seemed to have timed that. He caught it, and out number 2.
Changeup monster here against righties. Fastball changeup against these guys. They'll throw the occasional curveball to right-handers. Usually right-hander knows when he faces more. It's gonna be a fastball changeup mix. See a Royal get going here with 2 outs.
Christian 0 for 2. He's popped it up 2 times. Nobody aboard. The White Sox beat the Orioles today 7-6. Detroit beat the Giants by the same score. Toronto has knocked off Tampa Bay for the 2nd consecutive game. 5-2 the final.
Call that a losing streak. Toronto's got a good club up there. You look at the leaderboard, everyone's leading the league in hitting.
Top 3 hitters, yeah, the American League. All Blue Jays. Curveball, a cut and a miss, 1 and 2.
Curveball down and in.
Tampa Bay just tied up the Milwaukee Brewers of 1987 by winning 13 in a row. That 87 Brewers team the following month lost 12 straight games.
Predicting anything?
Just saying.
10 more?
Dropped 2 in a row now, Tampa Bay has. I think they're too good to lose 12 in a row. Swing and a miss, struck him out, side retired.
You Want highlights? Quick Pitch has you covered, packing all the day's biggest plays into one lightning-fast hour.
What a play!
We live today, preview tomorrow on Quick Pitch. Late nights and every morning, only on MLB Network.
I'ma do what? That's on me. I'm a young boy, but I keep it OG. No, you can't shine me, stay low key. That's on me, on me, on me. I'ma do what? That's on me. I'm a young boy, but I keep it OG. No, you can't shine me, stay low key. That's on me, on me, on me. Didn't want that stuff, but that's on me. Built the house, I got the keys. They say you can't shine me, stay low key. That's on me, on me.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Subaru of New England and the redesigned 2023 Subaru Ascent. WB Mason, refresh your workplace break room with who but WB Mason, and by Citizens Made Ready. Underway here in the 6th inning, tied 6-6. Our BuyFordNow.com call to the bullpen. This will be Richard Blyer, the left-hander. Gave up 4 runs after entering Thursday's game in Tampa Bay, and we're going to have another hit batsman. It's the second time it's been this guy, Matt Thaiss. He's been drilled twice. Although I hesitate to say the first time he was drilled, I think it nipped his pant leg.
Yeah, that one looked like he got him good in the right spot. I mean, Blyer doesn't light up the gun. He's 80, 89, but right on that elbow. Hello, throwing elbow. That doesn't feel good.
I think Alex Cora would be delighted with 1 inning, but he's almost hit a second man.
That tough inning in the 5th when Tampa put up 7. He came in. There was a couple little ground balls that got through, not hit hard, but it was a long inning. This is something he doesn't do usually, falling behind 2-0. He's a strike thrower. He doesn't strike a lot of guys out. He induces bad contact.
Bounding ball foul. Angels with 6 runs up there. Sox with 6. Nick Pivetta charged with all 6 runs. You could tell from Jump Street today, Nick was not happy with his breaking ball at all. Down to get it. Arroyo into second for an out on to first, and not in time for the double play. They do get the man in the middle, Thaiss, and 1 gone.
Yeah, you weren't going to turn this one here. The ball too far to Arroyo's left. It kind of caught it in an in-between hop too, but you got to get there, and he does. Kind of pops up on him. You're not turning that. The ball always tells you whether you're going to turn it or not. It's hit slow. It's hit hard. This one here ranged out too much.
Trout with a pair of doubles. He's also taken a walk. He has scored twice. 3-time most valuable player, 10-time All-Star.
$12-year deal. I mean, if Ohtani ends up walking out this door, don't you just start wondering what it's going to take for him to get back to the postseason? Just lost the greatest player on the planet.
Pop that up back off into the box seats. Oh, yeah.
You start wondering if he's going to, does he finish his career there? Do they move on from him, try to get a boatload of prospects? 'Cause, I mean, this guy here on deck, he's one of the better pitchers and hitters in the game. You can't get to the postseason.
You wonder if Ohtani is headed to the East Coast as a free agent. Where will he land? Hook foul.
No, I understand. You say he really likes it here.
You know, what I've heard is that he's very fond of Boston. He really likes the ballpark. Likes to hit here. Loves the history.
I'll take it.
It's just what I've heard.
Don't get me excited. Don't tease me.
We're going to get in a lot of trouble. 2 in there for strike 3. Blyer makes a pitch. And like you say, he doesn't blow people away. It was 89, but he froze Mike Trout.
That's just setting up. See a guy like Trout take that pitch there, kind of just froze him, looking for something off speed.
So here's Ohtani, who has already had 1 catcher's interference. Of course, that's on Wong. He reached base on that in the 2nd inning. He has also singled and scored a run. The Celtics got off to a great start in the postseason. Bruins will get underway on Monday night against Florida in what many are expecting will be a run to the Stanley Cup. 65 wins. Wow. For the Bruins.
Yeah.
Astonishing. Scored a few goals. That's going to skip away from Wong. Another one of those. Now we get the runner up to 2nd, stopping there. So the go-ahead man in scoring position.
There's been a few of those from Connor. He had one on strike 3. He was able to recover. But this one here just doesn't get that body over. He's relying on picking it and getting his hands over. He can still do that and slide your body as well.
So Ward at 2nd with 2 down. That's crack foul.
Who are the Bruins playing?
Now the talk show is over. You're like,
I don't have to know. No, I know it's the Panthers, but I don't have to break down the series. I don't have to talk about which team is more disappointing if they don't win. Those are the topics.
It's going to be a fun ride, though, for the Bees. Fouled away. I mean, expectations are sky high. There's that part of it, too, and that's adding several layers of stress to it. But
they're a great team, great goaltending. Hopefully Omar's going to be all right, and they're deep. Should be a fun run for both teams.
Yes. The Celtics won handily today. 2 down. And smoked into center field for a base hit. Charged by Kike. We're trying to score. Here's the throw to the plate. It's up the line. Throw to 2nd base. The tag. He's safe. Ohtani got in there, and they lead it 7-6. The Angels on top again.
Yeah, that wild pitch comes back to bite you. Core with the hand up. He wants to take a peek, but looked like Ohtani got in. That throw was on a hop, and you see Chang's glove go up to pick it, and he's got to bring it back down and get that leg. I don't think he has it in time.
Yeah, and they won't challenge it. So back and forth we go today at Fenway. Red Sox were down 4-0. Took the lead 6-4. Game got tied up, and now 7-6 the Angels. Now they'll bring up Rendon, who's driven in a run with a hit, and we'll bring out Dave Bush.
You got some guys. Winkowski gave you 3 innings through 45 pitches. Schreiber went 1. He threw 20. He had Thursday off, so be available for you out there. Cutter Crawford, another guy on Thursday, really picked you up through 3 innings that day. Kind of helped that bullpen out. That'd be a lot to ask him to be ready.
So you just want to get it to Kenley Jansen. How about his performance last night and getting huge outs against a couple of great players of our time? But as Brazier warms up in the bullpen, he looks spectacular.
The stuff is off the charts. I mean, you turn the clock back, it's 95 Cutter.
Yeah,
he's been throwing that 91, 92 in the last few years. Nice to have a closer,
isn't it? In there for a strike. On Rendon.
The structure. I know who's pitching tonight, and the veteran experience. You feel like he's.
Oh, you feel relaxed.
Oh yeah.
You know, as a fan, you're like, oh, okay, that's taken care of. Kenley's only done it like 400 times. 0-2.
I always feel better when a reliever, like, I'm surprised they don't get it done, as opposed to surprised they did.
Right.
Exactly. When I played, you know what I mean? Like,
sure. Ohtani at second. Got a piece of that, did Rendon. 304 hitter. He has not hit a home run. As you mentioned, he's only played in 157 games the last 3 years after he signed a contract with the Angels. So not much bang for their buck. Although they've had contracts like that before.
It really was crazy at the time. They were just about to get out of the way of Pujols' deal, right?
Right.
And just as they were about to, they gave this guy the bag.
Right by everyone to the backstop, and the runner will advance. Nowhere close to home plate.
No, you know, he threw the changeup before he threw, wasn't close to the plate. That one there, I don't know what happened on this one. Wong's got no chance.
So Ohtani down to third. 2-2. Made him dance a bit in a full count. Angels in front again, 7-6. And into center field, moving on over is Kike to put that away. But the Halos grab the lead again.
Sure, you'll teach her how to drive a car. Then use Greenlight to power her independence with crash detection with 911 dispatch, family location sharing, and emergency SOS alerts. Invest in your best investment with Greenlight.
We love going to games, but good seats get pricey. So we use Game Time. Game Time checks ticket prices in real time and finds you all the best last-minute deals. We got our seats 20 minutes ago for 60% off. Last-minute tickets at the best price in seconds. Download Game Time now.
Who's ready for baseball?
It's time for the first pitch.
Join Harold and Adnan for a first look at the night's matchups, first take from the players, and the first of many breakdowns every night. MLB Tonight, First Pitch, only on MLB Network.
Well, plenty of scoring here today. Bottom of the 6th inning, 7-6 Angels. As the Sox bring up Casas, Wong, and Chang. A couple of guys we were talking about who are in dire need of a hit. Connor Wong, 2 hits today, single and a double. Yu Chang, another one, 2-run homer. Tristan Casas is another. He has flied out and struck out today. And he will tear into that one for a hit. Lou, is it that easy? You just say a guy needs a hit.
Apparently it is. I like this swing here from Tristan. I more should say I like the swing decision. I feel like early in counts he can get really fine. Like that ball right there is kind of up and away. That's on the black. And he goes out and gets it. He takes a lot of close pitches early in counts. I feel like he could be more aggressive, only to get deeper. I'd like to see him swing it more often early.
Showing a bunt, dropping it foul is Wong. 2 for 2 with a run scored today. So the Red Sox with a play on.
You mentioned Wong's not your traditional catcher. That's a bunt for a hit. because he can run. What got going on down here?
The catcher Theis is down, working on his helmet.
I think it's the pitch comm. Maybe putting it back in there.
We were joking about it up here when Uke was in the booth on the last road trip. How much we would love to have pitch comm ourselves, you know, just to listen. Hear everything that's going on so you know in advance. Cut and a miss, and it's 0-2. Love to be able to listen in.
Look at that.
Technology of the game has changed dramatically.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about it. Obviously, the players love it. The pitchers love it. Then they got that reverse pitch comm, and now the pitcher can call pitches. And I'm sure some like it. Others, they don't want to think. You know, they work the game plan, rely on the catcher. Just tell me what to throw, and I got you.
Out in front there on a changeup and struck him out. One man gone in front of Chang.
Change up for Moore. You know, Moore had a great year last year. Really turned the corner after a couple years of struggling as a spot starter here and there. Went right to that pen with Texas. 63 appearances, 1.95 ERA. Had a 1 year, $7.5 million deal. You just thought there would have been more interest in this guy. He was fantastic last year.
League banded 187. Chang's home run, his first hit of the season, was a no-doubter. Way up into the monster seats.
He's a big guy.
He is.
Chang.
Yeah. Big for a middle infielder.
Yeah, he is. Big boy.
Casas on. And Verdugo on deck. Red Sox trying to get even or better. Matt Moore with a 1-1.
It's a good take by Chang. You know what I mean? That 1-1 count, it's got to be one of the more important counts for the hitter. You're in it often. Change your whole at bat. It's either 1-2 or 2-1. It's a nice job laying off that one.
We were talking about his background, and after the Tommy John surgery, he started to move around to the Giants. Texas, Detroit, then went to Japan for a year and played for Fukuoka. Made 13 starts, went 6-3, 2.65 ERA, then back to the Phillies the following year. So quite a journey for him from the Phenom days. He was 17-4 in 2013 with Tampa Bay, and that one winds up in the radio booth next door.
I was ready. Think Sean got that one, or Joe?
I think neither one of them. Well, Sean's got it.
All right.
I don't know if he caught it. Joe seems to be indicating it was off the shoulder. We don't have any video evidence that suggests McDonough came up with it. That's going to be in there for strike 3. Chang caught admiring the pitch, and they're 2 down.
It's a couple of really good change-ups. Let's see. What do we got?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Joe. Put the left hand down there. Just show me a little bit of range. You know, no lateral movement whatsoever there. Yes, Sean, you got it.
Verdugo eyes a strike. Matt Moore along the line allowed a memorable home run, certainly from a Red Sox standpoint. Big Poppy's 500th.
Wow.
Cut on and missed on a breaking ball. It's quickly 0-2. The inning began with promise, the base hit by Casas, but Moore has come back and fanned 2 in a row. He hangs in.
He's got a good feel for that changeup now. Facing a couple of those righties. He's only thrown a couple against lefties so far this year. I've seen a couple of them here in this game. Gotta get myself one of those chains.
You could pull that off.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Right here in the booth. You'd be big time.
Yeah, you think?
I would be stunned if I didn't see Alex Verdugo with a big chain like that.
Yeah.
It's a big part of his whole personality. He'll pop that one up. Oncoming Ward in left, and that'll do it. Red Sox do not do anything with the leadoff hit.
Welcome to the Aura Sleep Lab. You need a bit more deep sleep. Getting enough high-quality sleep increases immunity. Why? Because sleep helps fend off sickness. A good night's sleep boosts your number of infection-fighting antibodies and cells. And with your Aura Ring, you can learn how to sleep deep and keep your immunity up. It's like having a sleep lab on your finger. Go to sleep with auraring.com.
Are you feeling stressed, depressed, or just stuck? HIMS can help. It all starts with one click. When you take a free assessment at 4hims.com, you can connect with licensed medical providers 100% online, typically within 48 hours. They can prescribe trusted mental health medication, if it's right for you, with no insurance required. Through HIMS, it's never been simpler to start turning things around. Get started today at 4hims.com.
Red Sox baseball on Ness is brought to you by Nissan. We make cars that thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com. By Berkshire Bank, the official bank of Nesson's Boston Red Sox coverage. And by Plymouth Rock, the official auto and home insurance provider of the Boston Red Sox. On to the 7th, Lou Merlone, Dave O'Brien with you, and Jemiah Webster and John Schreiber on the hill. 7-6 game. Angels. Renfroe, Urshela, and Drury up against the right-hander. Has been awfully good again in his first 7 appearances.
Been that location. Saw him in spring training. Just looked like a different guy. You know, couldn't find it. Couldn't throw strikes. Couldn't get ahead. You know, once the season started, you know, he started getting that nasty stuff, elevating that heater, located with that sinker. I think at times still he's trying to work on that location. You saw those 5 walks. I'm sure he'd love to get that number down.
A little bit up at 93, 2-2 on Hunter, who is now with his 5th team in 5 years. Hunter Renfroe. So he has been moving around. He's going to line that one into left for a base hit over to cut it Refsnyder. And Hunter Renfroe aboard for the 2nd time today. First hit.
We really went and got down that, didn't we? All right, listen, tomorrow on the Ultimate Red Sox Show, we hear from Ryan Dempster and Jake Peavy from the TC and Company podcast. Catch the Ultimate Red Sox Show tomorrow night at 8, presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
I was listening to a bit of that today. Ryan Dempster has a great story that he shares with TC about when the Red Sox came back from the marathon bombing, when they began to play baseball again. Of course, Big Papi with the unforgettable speech here at Fenway Park. And it's a terrific story. Jake Peavy, such a big part of that club after he was acquired. As Urshela pops this one up. He's hit a grand slam today. Arroyo's out into right. And it's the first out here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, I saw that clip. Really emotional from Ryan, and it makes you realize all these guys, there's a lot of first-year players on that team, right? They haven't played in Boston. They don't know what the marathon meant to this city or what it means to this city. And it seemed like overnight, all of a sudden they were all on board. It felt like it was theirs as well, like we feel it is, right? And it's a pretty impressive group, that 2013 team.
Drury taking a strike. He's gone 0 for 3. They did such an incredible job of embracing the city. Really,
yeah.
As a baseball team and as a season they're playing in, they threw their arms around the whole city and the entire region, and we all needed that. Boston Strong came from that. And it was the theme of that entire season. In fact, I had the radio call, and I was working with you on radio, and Joe Castig in 13.
Yep.
And that was the last thing that I said after Koji's strikeout. Swung on and missed. Boy, he made quick work of it with that slider. Putting away Drury. He's had a long day. He struck out 3 times.
Yeah, made him look real bad with this slider. Just really extended, but you could see about halfway, right? It looks like a fastball, maybe even outer half. And as a hitter, that's what you see. You don't pick up that spin. It's tight. Drury had no shot going after that one. Couldn't reach it.
Zach Neto with his major league debut. It's 0 for 3 so far. He has struck out. He's also grounded the third 2 times.
He got a leg kick, huh? Coming out of his shoes on that one.
Renfroe on.
He's got to wait.
Batter was not looking.
The umpire's done a nice job of that. And you know, in 8 seconds you got to be alert, but sometimes pitchers who want to throw sooner and the hitter's not ready, they'll slow it down.
I think the umpire's done a real good job.
Yeah, they have. I mean, all the talk about this pitch clock, I think it's great for the game. I think it's a much better product, and I think the adjustments are already being made. It really doesn't come into play that much at all in games anymore.
0-2. Passed him. That one ate him up. Struck him out. 1 man left.
Think baseball.
There's something that's been missing in the debate.
Think analysis.
Now he goes into his contract year. What do you do with this guy?
Think advanced metrics.
He understands the math and the need for fresh arms.
Think MLB Now, the show for the thinking fan. Only on MLB Network.
What do baseball players love the most about intentional time?
Kevin's highlights, the interviews, the got heaves.
Yes! Intentional time, the show baseball players love to watch. Only on MLB Network.
I'ma do what? That's on me. I'm a young boy, but I keep it OG. No, you can't shine if you stay low key. That's on me, on me, on me. I'ma do what? That's on me. I'm a young boy, but I keep it OG. No, you can't shine if you stay low key. That's on me, on me, on me. Didn't want that stuff, but that's on me. Built the house, I got the keys. They say you can't shine if you stay low key. That's on me, on me.
Watch games and coverage all day, every day, your way on MLB Network.
Official realtor of the Boston Red Sox, and by Dave's Killer Bread amplified. Red Sox down 1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 7-6, and time now for the tea presented by Bigelow Tea, the official hot tea of the Boston Red Sox. The Rays' 13-game winning streak came to an end last night. They ended up tied with the 87 Brewers and 82 Atlanta Braves for the longest modern-day winning streak to start a season, and they lost again today to Toronto, 5-2. So now losing streak. Carlos Estevez coming on out of their bullpen with a 180 earned run average. He can bring it.
Big arm, 95. Matt Moore did an outstanding job for Phil Nevin, kind of just calming this game down a little bit, giving him a couple of zeros.
Justin Turner swings and pops it in center field. Trout plenty of time to get under, and one gone.
Well, tomorrow at noon, don't miss Red Sox First Pitch. It's presented by Rodenhiser Home Services. We'll preview the pitching matchup between Reed Detmers and Garrett Whitlock. See Whit on that mound again, making a second start of the year.
Rep Snyder with a good day at the plate. In fact, he has not made an out. A double, a single, a walk, a run, and an RBI. And tight at 97.
I'm feeling like an everyday player with all these lefties.
Batting .207. Rob, born in South Korea. He and his sister were adopted when he was 5 months old. And he grew up out west, played 3 years at the University of Arizona. Going to fly this one to right field. Incoming Renfroe. 2 up and 2 down.
Yeah, pretty valuable to this team. Not only does he hit lefties well, but just a good player. You have a guy on your bench, that fourth outfield spot, you get into a string of 8 or 9 lefties, you can put him in there and get quality at bats, hit him third in your lineup. It's valuable.
Rafael Devers blasting home run number 7 in the first inning. 2-run shot. He's 1 for 3. 98 on the gun on that one. Rafi says, yep. 98. Big swing popped up mile high around third. Neto into left and makes the play, and the Red Sox go fast in the 7th.
What do baseball players love the most about intentional time?
Kevin's highlights, the interviews, the guy heaves.
Yes! Intentional time. The show baseball players love to watch. Only on MLB Network.
A threat on the mound and a threat at the plate. Former MVP Shohei Ohtani. The American League single-season home run king. Reigning MVP Aaron Judge. Their first matchup of the season happens right here on MLB Network. Get can't-miss coverage all week as TV's best baseball analysts break it all down. Ohtani versus Judge. All next week on MLB Network.
Craving that home run feeling? Well, step up to the plate and take a swing. It's time for the Major League Baseball Junior Home Run Derby. Compete at a local event and mash your way to the 2023 Junior Home Run Derby Final during MLB All-Star Week in Seattle. Sign up for free at jrhrd.com.
Jansen last night striking out Mike Trout. He got Ohtani looking, and Renfroe with a big swing and a miss. And Mika keep all your bases covered. Marvelous performance. His first save at Fenway. Very meaningful for Kenley. I don't think you can do it better than that.
That was a big boy save. You come out, I know it's a 2-run lead, but still. Trout, Ohtani, 95-mile-an-hour cutters. Finished off Renfroe, a more traditional slider. It's the hardest he's been throwing his cutter in his career. He's got up to 94.5, but he's averaging 95 with that thing.
Matt Thaiss twice has been hit by a pitch today. He's also struck out looking. Swing and a foul tip to the mitt.
Brazier comes into this game 9-1-2. I think after the 5th and 6th, Cora just needed a 0, knowing he had 2-3-4 coming up next inning. Went to Schreiber. He's giving Brazier a tough part of this order.
May have to run into both Trout and Ohtani if there's a base runner. ERA up to 6.14 for Brazier. And a 2-2.
Sometimes you roll the dice, certain part of the order, you figure, okay, we're down 1, I need a 0 from Schreiber. I got 2, 3, 4, 5. We put up a couple of runs, maybe we go right to Martin Jansen. Instead it gets a quick 1, 2, 3.
In there, strike 3, froze him at 96, and he punches out Thaiss, 1 away.
He threw that bat like he was convinced it was ball 4, didn't he? It's got a lot of the plate. 96.
Chunk there.
Good pitch from Brazier.
Top of the order, and Taylor Ward. No hits today, but did reach on a fielder's choice. Scored a run in the 6th inning. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Angels. 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for the Sox. One and 1.
Boom died down there for those middle innings. Now it's picking up a little bit, blowing out that left field pole. Slider from Brazier. Shows you 95, 96. That slider, and it gets good depth. Could be a good pitch for him. Live on the edges.
Red Sox have had to use a big chunk in the bullpen. Liner and caught on the leaping play by Chang. Yu Chang going airborne. 2 down.
Yu Chang, fantastic catch. Right before this pitch, kind of out of nowhere, he just sort of jumped from 2 or 3 steps to his left. Watch him right here. Well, actually, it was right before that. He jumps a couple of steps to his left, changes his positioning. Ends up working out perfectly because he's right in that spot.
Got to be bouncy.
Look at him.
Now Mike Trout. A 2-double day for the superstar. 1 in the 1st inning, which was the 300th double of his career. Another one in the 5th. One pitch is up. So Nick Pivetta did not get an out in the 5th inning. It was not his day, but Ort, Blyer, Schreiber, and now Brazier have also worked in the game.
Big catch from Chang. Great play. You just don't want any traffic on with these guys coming. Hit with nobody on, 2 outs.
Little flare. Out goes Arroyo and slides. He can't get it. Pops out of the glove. And Mike Trout has another hit. And it looked like Arroyo had it measured but couldn't catch it.
He kind of had a bead on it. Doesn't make it any easier. You're catching this ball over your shoulders as second baseman. You know it's your ball. Verdugo's not going to get there in time. As he slid. Just short arm a little bit, but that's a tough play.
Well, it means it gets the inning to Shohei Ohtani, who has a couple of hits today, which means he has been on base every single game this season and 36 in a row going back to last year. Sitting .319, 3 home runs. Trout, the base runner, not running.
Big cut from Ohtani at 96 on top of the zone. Got him 0-2. Put him away. Maybe don't have to deal with either one of these guys the rest of this game. Get the lead.
Just in. Went back to the heater. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two and 2.
Wind's been inner half here. Sliders down and in, fastballs up and in. Backdoor slider's a dangerous pitch versus this guy.
Ground ball to first. Nice pick down to backhand by Casas, and that will retire the side with 1 man left.
Who's ready for baseball? It's time for the first pitch.
Join Harold and Adnan for a first look at the night's matchups, first take from the players, and the first of many breakdowns every night. MLB Tonight, first pitch, only on MLB Network.
Wondering how you stack up? Well, get ready to bring your best stuff to MLB Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Sign up for free for a chance to play your way to the 2023 Pitch, Hit, and Run Finals at the World Series. Visit pitchhitrun.com today.
Adam and Sophia visit Planet Fast Pitch in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. Catch Nesson Clubhouse tomorrow at 11:30, only on Nesson, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Well, we're getting late, bottom half of the 8th. With the Angels in the lead 7-6, hits are dead even at 9. They go back to the bullpen, and the veteran right-hander Ryan Tepera, he's been around a while, he's now 35 years old, with Kike to lead it off. Tepera unscored upon in 4 out of 5 games this season. But when he has been hit, he's been hit. And there's a hit into left field, and a nice start. Kike on to begin the 8th.
That's a good guy for Kike. That sinker down and in kind of gets him right in his swing path. He likes that ball in half. Not much room over there on that left side for it to get through, but he hits it hard enough to do it.
Now Tapia to bat for Arroyo. Christian Run up going 0 for 3. Single for Kike Hernandez. Now Wise pitching coach back out for a visit.
Some of that versatility we talk about. Tapia in there for Arroyo. He'll most likely, I would think, go to center field. Kike comes back into the infield. Chang will slide over to second. A lot of possibilities.
Hey, for a limited time, save up to $1,500 off Marvin windows and doors installed by JB Sash and Door. Ramel hitting .333 with a home run. Runner on at first and nobody out, indicates a bunt, got a piece of it, and it is strike 1.
Tough role for Tapia. You know, in spring he's playing a lot. WBC, he's out there every day, a ton of at-bats. An everyday player. Then the season starts, kind of goes back into that role of getting some pinch hit, not playing all the time. He's swinging it real well in spring.
Rendon, the third baseman, in on the grass against the bunt. No bunt here, and now he's down 0-2.
You know, a lot of time managers, you know, put the bunt on, and if you foul it off or you take it for a strike, they'll take it off for one, trying to buy you a fastball, which is what he got right there. Try to give you, let you swing away.
Kike off first, not a big lead. And that one is hit into left field, driving back Ward onto the warning track, runs it down, and then right into the scoreboard. Back to first goes Kike.
He made that look easy, didn't he? Not really playing here at Fenway Park, not familiar with this short porch and green monster. Kind of went back. There's a piece of cake. Just as he cut this ball, he hits the wall. This is a really nice swing. Oh, we got catcher's interference.
It's apparently the case here on this swing. Look at this.
See that glove? Yeah.
And he's going to be awarded first base. Second one we've had in the game.
The call on the field was catcher's interference. Los Angeles is challenging the call.
Yeah. No, that's going to lose that challenge there, Nev. How about him hitting that ball as far as he did?
Yeah.
That was kind of impressive.
Making contact with the mitt. So if that call holds, it'll be nobody out and runners at first and second.
Yeah, that's going to hold. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out if you got. Well, from that angle, it's tough to see, isn't it? From this one here, it looks like it's obvious that it clips that glove. But from the other angle, I wasn't sure. Would a glove move like that if the bat didn't hit it?
Well, they've got to have video evidence in order to reverse the call, because call on the field is catcher's interference. Again, the second one we've had today.
Yeah, it's
very unusual.
That's the good part here too. They have overwhelming evidence. And you saw both those angles. One time it looked like it obviously hit the glove, but from the other side, it didn't look like his bat did.
This is a big call. This is a big moment in the game.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. We do have catcher's interference. Los Angeles loses the challenge.
So this is big. He loses the challenge. Red Sox now have nobody out. And now they've got a man in scoring position, the tying run, the go-ahead run at first. And Casas will be the batter.
You just saw Tapia bunt. He's more familiar with it. I'm not so sure how many times Tristan Casas has bunted in his life. Everybody talks about small ball. But if you have someone do something they're not comfortable doing, it's a bad result.
Yeah, more often than not.
Yeah.
And he had a good at bat last time up. He ripped a single into the outfield. Rendon is right on the cut of the grass, now coming in. No bunt and ball one. Wong on deck. Red Sox trying to rally late. They rallied early from down 4-0 to actually take the lead at 1.6-4. Now trailing by a run. And a 1-0. He'll take a strike. The so-called sweeper.
How do you feel about that sweeper?
Don't use it a lot myself.
I know I really don't want to, but a lot of the guys, especially down in Tampa, have that pitch. A guy like Josh Springs, you sort of, okay, it's a slurve. How's that?
Kind of be my preference there. I've used that before. 1-1. We'll miss again.
You know, Tristan kind of calls out the pitches. Sometimes helps out the umpire. I think he just said up.
Yeah, we catch him on the mic a lot.
It's a big pitch here. I'd see him be aggressive and drive the ball.
Tried to hold up, but he went on the stop by Theis. That's a swing and a miss to make it 2-2.
See, you shouldn't listen to me. A little over aggressive on that one.
Couldn't quite contain himself.
It's a big spot here. Jansen kind of getting loose just in case. Sox can put 2 on the board.
Reese McGuire is on deck. He would hit in Wong's spot. Getting a left-hand stick up there. And a 2-2. What a good block by Theis. 3-2.
You know, Reese has really swung the bat well. I mean, Connor's got so many of these starts because of all these lefties. Next thing you know, he sort of pops in that lineup and swings it. It becomes a big pitch here for Tristan.
Yeah, time granted to him by Corey Blazer, the home plate umpire. Nobody out. Kike Hernandez at second. Raimel Tapia on at first after catcher's interference. And the 3-2. Tried to hold up and he struck out. He swung the bat. He can't believe it. It was the home plate umpire Blazer who said he whiffed. That is out number 1.
He called the pitch. Tristan, I think, was surprised that he called the pitch. Was asking him, do you have me on the swing? Because I think I held up. He said, no, I got you on the pitch. This was the bottom of the zone. Could have went either way. Corey Blazer ends up giving this one here to Tepera. Could have went either way. This ball's down. Big fella. And below the knee.
That's on the swing. Take a look on K-zone. Yeah, that ball missed.
That ball's below the zone.
He swung the bat. So that is out number 1. And now Reese McGuire, who's hitting a red hot .391. 2 on and 1 out. Will take a ball high.
Yeah, Reese has done a really nice job of, you know, driving the ball the other way. Line drives, left field, left center. Swinging it well here early on. Like I said, playing probably every fourth day or so with all the lefties they faced.
Yeah, he's been hitting the ball hard. 1-1. And there's another one. Another catcher's interference. That's going to load the bases. This is amazing. You could go 3 months without seeing one of these. We've seen him 3 times in this game.
Yeah, and you can hear this one. Look at that. That's a bad one.
Wow.
I mean, if I'm Matt Theis, if I'm Nev, I'm saying, hey, can I get a half a step back? Or, you know, let's not get out there as much. I mean, 3 times in the game. We saw it obviously once with Ohtani on the other side. But
wow.
That's right.
That is remarkable. You can watch this game for 100 years and you'll always see something different. Now Chang with 1 down. High chop along the line, but a foul ball. A golden chance here for the Red Sox. By the way, the catcher gets charged with an error on that play, so it's happened twice to Theis in the inning.
Chang like to finish off his day. Big bomb in that 4th inning. Beautiful play. A line drive earlier in this game, last inning.
All loaded up with Kike at third, Tapia at second, and McGuire at first. Red Sox try and tie or jump in front again. And Tepera with a 1-1. Ground ball, base hit through the hole. In to score Kike. Here comes Tapia with his wheels. He scores easily, and the Red Sox take the lead.
Yu Chang fired up. This is his game. He hits the bomb in that 4th inning. He comes in here, bases loaded. Thank you, Matt Theis, with a couple of catchers interference, but he delivers. Hammers this ball in the hole. He scores 2. Sox take the lead. Now Jansen really gets going out there in that bullpen. Look at this, the center cut. Gets around a little bit, but barrels it, hits it hard enough to get it through that hole. And Yu Chang feeling like he's back in a WBC where he was raking.
Red Sox up 8-7. Now a pitcher violation here, so that's going to be ball 1.
Anything else going on this inning?
I've never seen that quite like that before. In there for a strike. And how about Yu Chang, whose slump had reached 0 for 28 when he popped up in the 2nd inning. Since then, he's driven in 4 runs.
Yeah. And the difference, that's a huge one there. Bases loaded. You got a couple of gifts from the catcher.
And I mean, really, there's not a lot that Phil Nevin can say.
No.
Because as you pointed out, they're pretty evident.
Yeah.
The second one in particular. But
and again, Theis has given this to you, but you got to take advantage of it, which is what Chang just did. You're going to give me a couple of base runners. Big knock. Let's take advantage of it. It was beautiful.
Kenley get ready in the bullpen. There's plenty of time for more here. In for a strike. Only one out. Runners at first and second. But the Red Sox closer, who was brilliant last night, getting ready. And your point is very well taken. The Red Sox did it last night. They only had 5 hits in the game, but they took advantage of mistakes.
You have to.
And pounced and won that ball game. Check swing downstairs, and it's 2-2.
You know, you look back at that Tampa game, right? That there was an error in the first inning by Dahlbeck, but Rosarena, like, he went deep. I mean, he took advantage of it. He put 3 runs on the board, made you pay for it.
Sure.
Which is what you, Chang, and the Red Sox are doing to this team first couple days.
4 RBIs ties a career high for Chang. 2-run homer and a big 2-run single. Helped along by not 1 but 2 catcher interference penalties. Two hammered foul. I mean, you could watch baseball for 10 years, see every game every day for a decade, and not see that.
Right. And not see 2.
That's my point.
You'll see 1.
You might see 1. You're not going to see 2 in an inning.
Let alone, but 3 in a game.
3 in a game. Yeah. It's such a unique call. Very, very rarely called. 2-2 on the way. There's a guy in the ballpark who played on the 13 Red Sox World Champions who got a lot of those in his favor, and that was Jacoby Ellsbury. Happened a lot with Jacoby.
We got that bat in the swinging path, you know, and kind of stayed through it. And a lot of times, you know, people talk about whether it's a long swing or not, but these guys get that bat in that zone early. Uh-oh.
Timeout granted by the home plate umpire Blazer. He called it for Verdugo.
That's one thing as a hitter. They in spring training they're talking about you can get your timeout. You can ask for your timeout. Doesn't mean I have to grant it to you. So as a hitter, you got to ask, but you still have to be alert in case you're not giving it.
There's nothing in the rule book that says the umpire is compelled to give it to you. 2-2. We said a good at bat here. 3-2.
Chalk it up as another good at bat. Kind of been having a lot of them here this year. Whether it's walks or even the outs that hit hard or at bats like this really make the pitchers work.
Here's the payoff pitch. And a high fly to right field. Renfroe is back. He's under. The runners are going to stay put as he fires into second base.
I don't think Reese wants to challenge him. We've seen that enough.
It's a big arm out there.
Oh boy, is it. You can throw it.
2 down. And now Justin Turner trying to get a little more wiggle room here. On the day, he's 1 for 3 with a double.
Always get that insurance run. What we got? Rendon, Renfroe, Urshela. It's a lot easier in that 2-run game, right? Every run matters.
Two down, and Tepera fires a strike.
Especially for those closers. You go out there and you just attack. 2-run league, a little cushion.
McGuire at second, Chang at first. And he'll take a ball.
It's a wild one, Obi.
Yes, it was. It was from Jump Street, Lou.
Yeah.
With a top of the first inning grand slam. Red Sox have been battling back all day and now into the evening. Here's the 1-1, and that drills him, and that will load up the bases.
Right off that elbow guard.
And they'll be all filled up for Rob Refsnyder.
He just got him right off that guard. That's why you wear it. There it is. Look at that. Now 42. That one doesn't hurt that much.
I'm going to take your word for that.
I feel they got to hit on the meaty part of the body, right? That's where it's okay. You start getting to me right on that elbow or the knee.
We're going to get the bullpen active again. They're all filled up now, 2 down. The Red Sox can bust it wide open now that they have taken the lead, retaken the lead. Refsnyder a double in the first, a base hit in the 4th inning. Some good at bats today. He should get something to hit with Rafi Devers lurking on deck. And nowhere to go. The base is all jammed up. 2 down in the 8th. And it's 2-0.
You know, he's looked a lot better too, even against righties. You know, just because you start games against lefties doesn't mean that's all you face the rest of the game. He's had a lot of at-bats against right-handed pitching as well. And all that work in the last week kind of helps him, especially in that spot right here, 2-0.
2-1. Rafi today with his 7th home run of the season. That came in the 1st inning. 2-run shot to get the Red Sox back in it. Here's the 2-1 home. And that'll miss. Tried a breaking ball. Now 3-1.
That's a big pitch. That could have gone either way. Corey Blazier doesn't give it to Moore. Or to Tepera, rather.
So Refsnyder in the catbird seat. And the crowd senses it.
And Devers on deck. You got to sit dead red, right?
In there with a sinking fastball at 91, and it's 3-2.
Or not happy, saying, hey, get this thing up right in the bottom of the zone. We trust that box, right? It's pretty accurate.
Not sure Alex does.
Yeah, I don't think you agree with that one.
They lead all the way around, and that's going to walk in a run. Here comes McGuire to touch the plate on ball 4. The Red Sox lead it 9-7.
Did Tepera just gesture to that dugout like I'm done? I think he just did. Throws that slider down and away.
Yeah, they're bringing a trainer out.
Looked into that dugout and gave him like a gesture like, hey, I'm done. Now, I don't know, like you said, they're bringing the trainer out here. Hopefully everything's okay.
So how about both of the guys who reach base on catcher's interference have come in to score in the inning, and that's the difference in the game.
Yeah, look at this. As he looks into the, that's it, I'm done. Looks over to Phil Nevin. They bring the trainer out, and then when he got out there, he was kind of pointing to that front of that shoulder like something's not right. You make that change, but that is a big take. Not an easy take by Rob Refsnyder. You know, 3-2 slider. You think dead red. I got Devers on deck. Sure. Easily swing through.
Imagine an entire channel dedicated to taking you to the most exciting moments in baseball as they happen.
And it's gone!
With live look-ins to clutch at bats.
A walk-off flare!
And players on the edge of making history.
This could be it! 62!
It's the best seat in the house at every ballpark. All commercial-free.
Can you believe it?
MLB Network Strike Zone. Wednesdays and Fridays, all season long. The next generation of baseball has arrived.
And I am here for it.
Keep an eye on the new faces of baseball on Off Base, the modern baseball show for the modern baseball fan.
It's all about things you haven't seen before.
Only on MLB Network.
Steel Play brought to you by New England Chevy dealers.
Back in the first, Rafi Devers, a Tyler Anderson fastball. Middle of the plate, elevated a little bit, hits the ball out of the ballpark. Kid continues to impress. That was his 7th of the year. The impressive thing is he could hit that pitch out anywhere in the park.
And now Rafael Devers a strike. 2-run homer in the first inning. Since then he's hit into double play, grounded out and popped up. Red Sox trying to take total control of the game. The bases are loaded with 2 down. And a check swing, little tapper. Rendon on the charge. That is all. But the Red Sox rally, and they score 3 times in a crazy inning, and they lead it 9-7 at the end of 8.
A threat on the mound and a threat at the plate. Former MVP Shohei Ohtani. The American League single-season home run king, reigning MVP Aaron Judge. Their first matchup of the season happens right here on MLB Network. Get can't-miss coverage all week as TV's best baseball analysts break it all down. Ohtani versus Judge, all next week on MLB Network.
Most baseball rules are rigid. 3 strikes, you're out. 3 outs, the inning is over. So, quick question, what's going on with these rule changes? When Major League Baseball heard from you, the fan, some bright minds got together and thought about ways to improve game pace, create safer plays on the base paths, and return the game to its more traditional alignment. You spoke, and MLB listened. Learn more with Quick Question, an MLB original.
The Moderna RBI of the game.
It's Yu Chang. What a big knock here. Already hit a 2-run shot earlier. Bases loaded, 1 out, and he delivers. Had a big night here offensively. Made a great jumping catch as well. Yu Chang, good to see here as the Red Sox 2-run lead here in the 9th.
And here comes Kenley. Moderna, this changes everything. The right-hander, brilliant last night. His first Fenway Park save, very meaningful for him. His My Story, which is outstanding, will be coming up after the postgame show. First man in is Rendon in the 9th, and in there for strike.
Yeah, he's been so impressive. You know, power is back in that game. He's throwing 95-mile-an-hour cutters. He's living up in that zone. He'll throw a traditional slider in the 86 range and get you swing and miss.
How about the inning we just saw when the Red Sox scored 3 times, had a little bit of everything. It started harmlessly enough with a base hit from Kike Hernandez. Then the first of 2 catcher's interference calls. So that got it going. Both of those guys would eventually score. Tristan Casas struck out either on the swing or a called 3rd strike. And there's a liner and caught by Casas. He makes the play, and out number 1. McGuire with the 2nd catcher's interference would reach. Yu Chang then with the bases loaded. With that hit you're talking about, the 2-run single. There was a hit batsman, bases loaded walk. Amazing.
A lot of things going on there, Obi. Look at that perfect positioning from Tristan.
So 1 away. 9-7 Red Sox as Hunter Renfroe will pop this one into right field. Verdugo will make that catch. Kenley making this look easy as he did last night. 2 up and 2 down.
Boy, just nice to have a guy that you know is coming in the 9th. He was fantastic last night, but there was a save situation, I believe, in Detroit where he got in a little bit of trouble. And there's just no panic. He's been there before. He's a veteran, got the experience, he's got the mentality of a closer. Made that look easy last night.
So this one comes full circle. Here comes Urshela, who launched a grand slam in the first inning to put them up 4-0. And it looked like it was going to be a very long day for the Red Sox. Here we are in the 9th inning, and the Sox are up by 2 with 2 down and the base is empty. And the count is 0-2.
Look at that thing. Was that 94? Got to move a foot away from him. Look at that. That's outer half fastball. That's why he's going after it. Takes off.
The 0-2 pitch. Popped him up on the infield. Chang coming in. This is appropriate. He has it for the final out, and the Red Sox rally to win a thriller today by a final score of 9-7.
Yeah, really up and down this roster. You know, I know Pivetta didn't have it early, but he did give you those 3 zeros in the middle. But guys at the bottom of the order getting on base. You know, Connor Wong, obviously Yu Chang, and of course the man himself, Devers, with the 2-run bomb. But a total effort, I would say, up and down this roster today.
Red Sox have come from behind now in 5 of their 7 wins. They have won the first 2 games in this series in this incredible long weekend here in Boston. And this one today goes 9-7 to the Sox, who make it 2 straight here against the Angels. TC and Jim with a lot to discuss after the break.